Coarse hair, thin skin. When I'm shaving down there, not just any razor will do. Venus for pubic hair and skin with a patented irritation defense bar. For a smooth shave with blades that barely touch skin.
I'm a Venus.
King C. Gillette is an award-winning lineup. Men's Health's best beard trimmer for beginners, among Men's Journal's best beard shampoos and washes, and GQ's best beard conditioners for soft, no-itch facial hair. Your beard is our trade. These are your tools. King C. Gillette.
Dog.
Join the million-plus fans who have made game days more entertaining by playing along on Underdog. Basketball fans from all over the United States have won over $1 billion. Sign up with promo code POSTER to claim your player special and deposit offer. Underdog Fantasy, calling all dogs.
There is a buzz in Chestnut Hill as Bill O'Brien makes his Boston College coaching debut, and his Eagles come in off a big win over a top 10 Florida State team. Duquesne out of the NEC, the reigning conference champions, in town to take on these Eagles, who are flying high entering week number 2. Hi there, everybody. Still welcoming you to college football season here. Week number 2, first home game for Boston College with Craig Halbert, Bill Spalding. Glad to be with you. When you think Bill O'Brien, you think about all the great quarterbacks he's coached, and he might just have another one of the most explosive players in college football, Thomas Castellanos.
Yeah, you could almost at times say he's a magician with the football, but the way he can create second chances and make plays. This is a quarterback who a year ago threw for over 2,000 yards, rushed for over 1,000, and put himself among some of the ACC's all-time great quarterbacks, players like Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson and other players who were able to accomplish that feat. Now you put him together with Bill O'Brien and his offensive resume, and he could have an even more exciting 2024.
A big win, 28-13 on the road for Castellanos and Boston College, and now they take on a Duquesne team that, again, is big underdog here, coming off an opening loss to Toledo, but does have one of the better players in FCS football, the Walter Payton top 30 finalist, Darius Parentes at quarterback.
He is a catalyst for that offense in making plays, and he may be his most dangerous when he gets outside the pocket. The thing that he's going to need to control today for Duquesne, if they want to try and pull off an upset, is to limit the mistakes.
Duquesne won the toss. The Dukes defer, so Duquesne will kick it away to Boston College, and their very dangerous return man, an all-SEC kick returner at Vandy, transfer Jaden McGowan. Duquesne had some issues covering kicks last week. This could be an opportunity here for McGowan today to make some explosive plays in the return game.
Anytime you're kicking to somebody whose nickname is Shake, you got to be a little nervous.
Boston College, a 5-day turnaround coming off that Monday night win against Florida State. It was even more condensed after travel issues meant they didn't get back to Chestnut Hill until Tuesday. Meanwhile, Duquesne last played Thursday, the opening night of college football season, a 49-10 loss to Toledo. Back with McGowan is Kai Robichaux, Boston College's top running back. And we are underway in Chestnut Hill, and McGowan will get a chance to return from the 3. Looking for a seam. McGowan is hit well at the 20 and taken down by Ethan Cole. That's good kick coverage from Duquesne there. So this is where Boston College will start for the first time on offense with Thomas Castellanos. You mentioned what he could do with his legs and his arms. What this new Boston College staff is really harping on now is the decision-making to take him to the next level.
Yeah, just kind of putting all the pieces together, but sometimes it's trying to tread a fine line when you have a playmaker like him and not bottling up what he can do when things break down, but also trying to make sure that you make smart decisions and be smart with the football.
Boston College ran it 52 times. They'll throw, though, on the first play here. A quick out to Lewis Bond, going nowhere. Well covered again by Duquesne. Antonio Epps, who is Mr. Consistent at safety, is there for the Dukes.
You know, we could talk about Thomas Castellanos and all the things that he did, but the thing, Bill, that jumped out about that win against Florida State was how they dominated the line of scrimmage and got that run game going. And once you can kind of fire up a run game and you can control the line of scrimmage, you can build everything off of that.
Should have another big advantage in the trenches today. Just looking at size, it's a big Boston College line. Duquesne a bit undersized. Here's Robichaux in motion. Castellanos throwing again to Bond. He breaks the first tackle, but Duquesne swarms. Gianni Rizzo first to make the tackle. The grad student linebacker, Nico Pate, the defensive end, gets in there as well. And it sets up an early 3rd and long for the Eagles.
Yeah, just great pursuit by that Duquesne defense, getting out to the edge. Boston College, instead of just kind of getting downhill, trying to use those quick throws out into space to spring one of their playmakers loose, but that Duke's defense moving around, game tackling.
Trayshawn Ward comes in at running back, reigning ACC running back of the week. Real threat in the passing game at 61 receiving yards last week. An early 3rd and 12. Time to throw for Castellanos. He takes off with his legs. Needs to make a man miss and is down shy of the sticks. Back to the 27, and it's an early 3 and out as TJ Jones was there to swallow Castellanos up.
So certainly a nice start. Feeling good for that Duke's defense.
And they gave up 49 to Toledo in the season opener. But they stopped Boston College on the opening series here, forcing Sam Candotti, the junior punter, out. John Irby is on to return the punt. Really good transfer back, and that is a shank off Candotti's foot with a flag down. Only makes it to the 47. So a 20-yard punt if it stands. And a very sloppy start to this one for Boston College. ACC crew today. The referee is Daryl DeBerry, and we'll hear from him for the first time.
Illegal formation. Offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down, Duquesne.
So add the penalty, and that only nets 15 yards on the punt. And Duquesne starts in beautiful field position. Jerry Schmidt in his 20th year leading this program, and they couldn't have asked for a better way to get this one going. Darius Parentes, talented senior quarterback who threw for a touchdown in the season opening loss to Toledo, is out there. Jamario Clements is the starting running back with an injury to Taj Butts, who is out after week 1. High snap. The handoff goes to Clements, and not much room against the stout middle of that Boston College defense. Davon Crouch with the early tackle. If you're an ACC fan, you hear the name Parentes. It is that Parentes family. His brother London was a great basketball player at the University of Virginia. Parentes started his college career at Rhode Island and had a very strong season last year. They're working on the turnovers. That was the maybe biggest blemish to his resume last year.
And the accuracy. Only completed 50% of his passes.
Clements in the backfield again on 2nd and 8. He gets the call again, right through the teeth of the defense. Cam Horsley, the big nose tackle at 306 pounds, brings him down for another short gain to set up 3rd and 6. You can imagine, though, you're calling this like 4-down territory early on, right?
Yeah, I mean, because it depends on what they pick up here, but you're really pushing the limits in terms of trying to kick. And do you punt? I mean, their punter's got a big leg. I don't know how well he can control it to try to drop it in. So, yeah, I agree. Right here, you might be thinking, you know what, even if let's get to a 4th and 2, 4th and 3, give ourselves a more manageable opportunity to potentially convert.
Jermaine Johnson in motion on 3rd and 6. Parentes taking a shot downfield for Teddy Afool, and he overshot him out of bounds, 4th and 6. Max Tucker, who had a big interception against Florida State, had blanket coverage on Afool.
Yeah, nice job there by Tucker, just running with him, having the positioning. But that offensive line did a nice job in terms of just giving Prentice some time.
They're going to go for it. You're playing with house money here if you're Duquesne.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't know what you would net if you punted here.
Need to get to the 31 on 4th and 6. Keep an eye on number 4, John Irby. Out to the left, had 7 catches last week, but that is a delay of game. And looked to be maybe even an intentional delay of the game there to open up the room for the punting game.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, they would try to get closer to a fourth down. That's why I think that third down shot downfield may have not been the most efficient. You try to get 3 or 4 yards, put yourselves in that manageable, in which they were hoping to get with the penalty, because it wasn't going to give them a first down.
You mentioned that big leg punter to transfer Kyle Romanek, who started his career at Akron, then punted at Elon. He outkicked the coverage a couple times last week. That's something Jerry Schmidt was harping on this week. McGowan back to return. And he lets it go with a good bluff. It'll hop into the end zone. He drew the entire Duquesne coverage team to him. So both sides go 3 and out to start things off. Boston College gets the football back when we come back.
Leonardo da Vinci was a great inventor, but paperwork got in the way. What if he'd used the smart buying tools on Amazon Business? They help you work more efficiently, so you can focus on what you do best. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
You and auto owners help make it possible. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Excuse me?
Third best thing. Auto Owners offers discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because the more you protect, the more you should save. That's simple human sense.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach! Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
And what Castellanos talking about, look, they're hungry. This is like, they got nothing to lose.
Yeah. The other thing...
Is your business drowning in paperwork? The smart buying tools on Amazon Business help you work more efficiently, so you can focus on what you do best. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
Auto Owners insures your car, because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach! Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Well, hearts have been heavy around the hockey world and around the Boston College world over the last 10 days or so since the tragic loss of BC alums Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau. There was a moment of silence before the game here at Alumni Stadium. There has been a growing memorial outside of Conti Forum, where the Eagles play hockey and where Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau had so many great memories, including Johnny leading the Eagles to 2 national championships and winning the Hobie Baker Award as the best player in college hockey. But what he was is a hockey player from everything we've learned about him in the last couple of weeks. Both Johnny and Matthew remembered even more for what they were like off the ice, and certainly thinking about the Gaudreau family as we move forward here. 3 and out for Boston College to open things up here, coming off that dominant win over Florida State 5 nights ago in Tallahassee. To give the ball to Kai Robichaux here, in Duquesne's defense stout early. Luke Miller, the linebacker, in on the tackle, just a gain of 1 after Boston College rushed it for 263 yards against Florida State.
Yeah, ran it 52 times. Came out in that first drive, tried to use a run game in a different way, get it out to the edge of the receiver, Lewis Bond. And here in that first play, just trying to change the line of scrimmage, see if they stick here on the ground.
Robichaux optioned out. 2nd and 9. Just a four-man rush. Castellanos taking a shot downfield for Jerron Bradley, and he brings it in. Big gainer over midfield. Bradley, the Texas Tech transfer, puts Boston College into plus territory.
And Bradley is a big target. One-on-one coverage. He did an outstanding job of using his length to make that play. It
was a 30-yard gain, and now Kai Robichaux on first down moves ahead for 3. And we got a flag out.
You see Bradley, he's going to work down the side. He's got the one-on-one matchup. He uses really his length nice just to create a little bit of separation there, and then an outstanding catch.
One of 2 tall targets in the rotation for Castellanos.
Defense.
As we have a 15-yarder added on at the end here, and Boston College goes marching inside the 30. But for Castellanos, quarterback's best friend to have 2 6'5" targets, Reed Harris and Jerron Bradley to throw to. Penalties on Nico Pate, the defensive end.
You see the edge.
Called it on number 27, Pate. It looked like that may have actually been Davis, 21. Handoff on first down to the outside, and Robichaux well pursued by Luke Miller again. Only a 1-yard gain. Craig, I think coming in, you and I both thought if Boston College committed to the run, Duquesne would have serious problems. It's early, but the first 3 carries for Robichaux, there hadn't been a ton of space.
Yeah, especially when you go back and watch that loss against Toledo, because Toledo, one of the better G5 programs in the country, they were really able to kind of push that defensive line of the Dukes around. And you look at that BC unit, which is even bigger than coming off of what they did against Florida State. You figure to be, they would have similar, if not even greater success than what the Rockets had.
Eagles have taken that mantle as O-line U over the last couple of decades and embraced it. Castellanos a shot for the end zone, and he just missed Jaden Skeet. Skeet had a step there, but DJ Cerisier, the cornerback, does enough to slow him down.
I had an opportunity for a shot there, just a little bit overthrown on Skeet.
Yeah, we got the feeling talking to Thomas Castellanos. He acknowledged that Duquesne would come out fired up, but Boston College wanted to get their receivers involved after they ran it 52 times against Florida State. So they've made that effort early. Mixed bag of results so far. It's another third down, 3rd and 8. Castellanos on the wheel route to Lewis Bond. All kinds of space. First down and more. Inside the 5, pulling ahead to the 3. 26-yard gain.
Yeah, they're going to get Bond. You can see him just slip right out, right down the sideline. Looks so similar to the success they had this past Monday night against Florida State. Different player making the play there, but so similar.
Went to the wheel route at least 4 times against the Seminoles. Treshawn Ward, who is in the game now at running back, brought one of those in for a touchdown. Boston College 1st and goal. Ward on the handoff, cuts to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. So after a slow start, an 80-yard drive gets Boston College on the board.
Got down there using the pass, but ultimately punching in with the run game with a nice vision cut back there by Ward.
First rushing touchdown for Ward as an Eagle, who had a receiving touchdown last week against Florida State. It's Luca Lombardo, who at the moment has won the kicking battle for Boston College. Splits the uprights, and the Eagles take a 7-0 lead. 7 plays, 80 yards, capped off by Treshawn Ward's first rushing touchdown as a member of Boston College.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma. How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
At Spectrum News, we're committed to our communities, delivering stories that inspire and news that matters. And now, Spectrum Internet-only customers, you can watch Spectrum News 1 on your TV, connecting you to your community 24/7. Spectrum News, now streaming.
Join the million-plus fans who have made game days more entertaining by playing along on Underdog. Basketball fans from all over the United States have won over $1 billion. Underdog Fantasy, calling all dogs.
College ahead. You know, we talked this week to new head coach Bill O'Brien, offensive coordinator Will Lawing. They said, we'll do whatever it takes to win a football game. And last week, that was running the football 52 times against Florida State. Robichaux and Ward doing a lot of the damage as backs, and then Castellanos adding 73 yards on the ground as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all three of those players are a threat with their legs. We've seen Ward be able to make plays as a pass catcher, and then obviously Castellano, the ability to move the football downfield with his arm. Nice blend of weapons there between those three.
Yep, it was mostly through the air on that drive. 54 yards through the air for Boston College on that touchdown drive, but the rushing touchdown by Ward puts the Eagles ahead. Now we have a touchback off the leg of Luca Lombardo. So Duquesne will come out. They took the ball after a good stop on defense, plus field position, had a 4th and 6 elected against going for it, plus territory, and punted. Let's see what they do this time around with Parentes at quarterback. Group that feels very good about their chances in conference play. Everything is built toward the NEC for Duquesne, who won the Northeast Conference last year, but opening the season tough with back-to-back FBS teams, Toledo and now Boston College. There's Parentes looking to throw. Gets it out underneath, and Jermaine Johnson brings it in. That's a good wrap-up. Fareed Johnson, the nickel back, only a 2-yard gain.
In this offense, too, you had mentioned it, you know, Taj Butts, number 0, who's a transfer from Missouri. He looked really good in that Toledo game. Him not being able to go this week is kind of a big subtraction from that offensive group.
You'll see Clements get the bulk of the carries. Sean Solomon will likely see a lot of time as well for Coach Jerry Schmidt. Against coach for 20 years at Duquesne. 6th most FCS wins amongst active coaches. Clements on the give, goes forward for about 5 yards. Set up 3rd and 5. There's Jerry Schmidt, the reigning Northeast Conference Coach of the Year. He's led a program through transition from a non-scholarship program to now a 40 scholarship program. Lifelong Pittsburgher. Loves the recruiting base he has locally there, and then builds his roster from the inside out.
We got to talk with him earlier week. I said it's impressive to be in the coaching profession and to spend your entire life really near home is quite a feat in itself.
3rd and 5. Parentes out of time, escapes, but he is taken down. Cedarius McConnell gobbles him up. That was a big tackle by McConnell, because otherwise Parentes had that first down.
Yeah, Parentes can be dangerous on the move. They brought pressure. He was able to find a seam, but McConnell does a really nice job. See number 88 working. He finds the quarterback, plays off the block, wraps him up, forces the punt. Good job there by McConnell, keeping his eyes open, finding that quarterback.
Keep your eyes on Jaden McGowan back to return. The Eagles bring the heat. Flag comes out as the punter goes down. McGowan fair catches, but Kyle Romanek ends up on the turf. And I think that'll likely be a 15 variety, but even if it was a 5, it'd be enough to move the chains for a first down.
My name is the kicker. Defense. That 5-yard penalty results in an automatic first down.
Well, that was a big story for Boston College against Florida State as well. Only 1 penalty the entire game. And Bill O'Brien said we need to continue to play that way if we're going to win games moving forward in the ACC. This is a penalty that will frustrate you here as Owen McGowan gets caught going for the block and brings down Romanek.
Yeah, interesting time just to kind of even be aggressive in that situation, kind of going after that punt. Then you got to take it off the toe. You got to know your angle. Poor angle there, winds up making contact.
This gives Duquesne its first down of the game. It's another give to Clements, and Jamario Clements moves the pile ahead for 5. Craig, lost in all the talk about the offensive line for Boston College. That defensive line was so disruptive against Florida State as well. Donovan Ezeraku in the backfield all game long, and they held Florida State to just 21 rushing yards.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien, head coach, his NFL pedigree, but on his defensive staff, his defense coordinator is Tim Lewis. Long history in the NFL as well. He did a really nice job against Florida State of dialing up pressure as well, helping that defensive line unit.
2nd and 5. Clements on the counter, cuts it back and moves the sticks. Another 5-yard gain before the linebacker Cam Arnold brings him down. Back-to-back 5-yard rushes for Clements.
That was a nice job by Clements of kind of letting that develop. Big 96 Cam Horsley pushed his blocker back into the backfield, but Clements there taking his time, letting a seam develop, and then punching it forward for that first down.
Duquesne down 2 starters on the offensive line, but creating enough space there on back-to-back runs for Clements, who stays in the backfield, flanking Parentes. Bree Johnson is showing blitz, backs out of it. Parentes quick hitter to the sideline, and it is brought in for a gain of about 7. Jermaine Johnson makes it 2nd and short.
Yeah, and that was a receiver that Bree Johnson was over. Nice job there by Prentice of seeing that there was going to be a little bit of space there with Johnson kind of showing the pressure. Just got out to the flat, quickly got on the football, and now sets up a really manageable 2nd down. Maybe this is now, we debated whether they should have took that shot downfield.
Yep.
Last year was on 3rd down. This may be your opportunity here.
Yeah, 2nd and short, a good chance to do it. Here's John Irby, who had a big game last week with 7 catches. He's in motion. Instead on the ground at Clements, he is bottled up and taken down, and for the first time today, we say hello to Donovan Ezeraku.
Ezeraku, who's an excellent pass rusher, but doing a nice job of playing his assignment against the run. Stepping up, he's going to squeeze down, take away that running lane, watch him square up, break down, and then wrap up.
2 sacks last week, a big bounce back after what he would consider a down year last year. Only 2 sacks on the season. The year before, he had 8.5 sacks as a 2nd-team All-ACC end. Now it's 3rd and 2. Parentes airing it out down the sideline and overshot Teddy a fool. Amari Jackson, the top cornerback for Boston College, was there tight on coverage.
Yeah, Ezeraku was coming off the edge, and they let it go there. There was a little bit of a tug there from the tackle. They brought more pressure.
You surprised to see the punt team here? I maybe would have thought an FCS team coming in would be a bit more aggressive in these situations, but they'll punt on 4th and either a short 3 or a long 2 just past midfield.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to, you don't want to tempt fate, potentially give Boston College the ball at midfield. Think it's a smart move here to punt it away.
Here's Romanek again. First punt went into the end zone for a touchback. This one bounces at the 8. Ooh, that checked up beautifully. Tapped down at the 6, so the punt pays off. A 42-yard punt backs Boston College up with the Eagles ahead by 7 early. Appalachian State and Death Valley. That's an 8 o'clock start. Game's also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere as the Tigers try to bounce back from a shellacking at the hands of Georgia. No shame in being shellacked by that very good Georgia team, but Clemson will try to find itself. ACC feels like it is absolutely wide open this year with Florida State's slow start, with Boston College's win. Syracuse beat Georgia Tech today. Maybe Miami now you'd consider the favorite in the conference, but a good opportunity for anybody to jump up and grab a spot in that conference championship. Treshaun Ward, the running back, with a first down carry for the Eagles and a gain of about 8 yards. And talking about that open ACC, Miami the highest ranked now at 12th. You got Louisville and Georgia Tech, but Tech will fall out after the loss. Just outside that picture was Boston College, second in the others receiving votes category, an opportunity maybe to move into the top 25 today. 80-yard touchdown drive for the Eagles. The last time they had the ball, handoff goes to Treshaun Ward again. And he picks up only one. So short of the first down sticks. Luke Miller with the stop for Duquesne. And it's another third down upcoming for Boston College.
Kevin Kurzinger, number 97 for Duquesne, did a nice job kind of stepping up and not initially giving any ground. A very manageable third down here.
Duquesne defensive coordinator Mikey Jacobs really high on his interior defensive linemen Kurzinger and A.J. Ackerman, what they can do to disrupt opponents' running games. Kai Robichaux in it back on 3rd and short. He takes the handoff, powers forward, picks up the first down, and keeps on moving the pile. Those are the type of hammer runs you expect from Robichaux, who gains 8 yards for the first down.
The left side of that offensive line, the push, double team there on number 23, just driving them back. That's what you call just reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Craig, we spent some time with Thomas Castellanos yesterday, and you think about grabbing your team's attention in a week like this, and we've heard about coaches who show teams maybe games where an FCS team beats an FBS team. Bill O'Brien went the other way, and we'll talk about it after this play. It's Ward on the call, gains 1, and we get immediate whistles from the sideline. A helmet was lost, and Duquesne will need to send in a new defensive end. But Bill O'Brien, instead of showing losses by FBS teams to FCS teams, he took 8 games from week 1 where FBS teams hammered FCS teams and said they handled their business, time for us to handle our business. I love that. That to me strikes a winner's mentality there, looking at the positive and not looking at the potential upset. Second and 8. Castellanos taking a shot. Reed Harris is wide open, and he is off to the races. Touchdown, Eagles! 72 yards!
Harris trying to get him on that taking care of business cut up.
Castellanos told us he wanted to get Reed Harris involved. High ceiling on this redshirt freshman out of Montana, and he has his first career touchdown.
Easy inside receiver. You see that little move to the inside, turns the defensive back around, and then Reed just uses that speed downfield.
The extra point is good, and it's 14-0 Boston College. Craig, you asked Castellanos to talk about each of his wide receivers. When we got to Reed Harris, he lit up, and he compared him to Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, that's not setting a low bar. And and you're probably thinking, oh, yet another one of the old recruiting Montana to Boston College pipeline type players. Yeah, this is a player I remember was coming out of high school. He was so intriguing because he was from Montana. He did a little bit of everything for his high school. That theory of put the ball in the best player's hands. Coming here, I think the initial thought, this was with the previous staff, for him to be a tight end. I don't think he has that type of frame to be able to fill out to that degree, but he's so athletic and he presents matchups because he does have that height and that length along with the speed, and you could just tell Castellanos, even in the offseason, said that he felt like he was already becoming a go-to type player.
And with that size, a real asset in blocking in the running game as well. And
he said he was like cowboy tough, coming from Montana.
Yeah, he said he is a real outdoors guy, goes home and camps, hikes, fishes, hunts, so lives the Montana way that you would expect for a guy out of Great Falls. Again, unusual to see a Montanan on the Boston College roster. In fact, he is the first player from the state of Montana, not just to play at Boston College, but to play in the ACC. Jermaine Johnson returns from his 5. Little seam, and he is crunched at the 19 and down at the 20. That was Carter Davis, the safety, who has surged into his starting safety spot and makes the hit. And, that's Noah Canty, who is down injured for Duquesne, a tight end transfer that the Dukes are really high on.
What injury?
Canty, a preseason All-Northeast Conference selection, transferred in conference from Stonehill to Duquesne this year. And talking to the Duke staff, offensive coordinator Anthony Doria, they have big expectations for what he can do to their offense.
Yeah, he was a player they played against and had success against them, so they were excited that when he hit the portal to be like, hey, come make plays for us, not against us.
And this is a homecoming game for him from Dover, Massachusetts, which is about 25, 30 minutes west of us here in Chestnut Hill. So we'll hope he's okay and able to continue in this game. Boston College with back-to-back touchdown drives. That's 72-yard strike from Castellanos to Reed Harris, the most recent touchdown. Castellanos has started the game 5 for 6 for 126 yards as Bill O'Brien looks on in his first home game coaching the Eagles. Obviously the quarterbacks he's coached. You got Tom Brady, Bryce Young a couple of years ago against a really good Alabama team. So now it's a staff that, when they talk, Thomas Castellanos listens, and they've been really impressed with his work ethic and how he has attacked the film and attacked their feedback as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a quarterback, you got to be excited about this, you being your head coach coming in. And I think probably, you know, the comparison that seems the most similar would be Bryce Young, because again, Bryce Young was had a little bit more height, but kind of that slighter build, a little bit of, if you're going to go with the ideal measurables, a little bit undersized. But the ability not only to make plays with the arm, but remember Bryce Young, he can get out of trouble. He can extend plays, and Castellanos could do that even more so.
Canty helped off the field here. Castellanos even told us he's watched a ton of Bryce Young highlights because not only is Young a similar type player to him, but it's that same offense that the Eagles are running from when Bill O'Brien was the offensive coordinator at Alabama, the 2021-2022 seasons. Third possession today for this Duquesne squad. It's a screen pass to the sophomore Sean Solomon out of Pittsburgh, and he moves ahead for a gain of 2. Solomon, real good story. He was the City Player of the Year, playing in the City League in Pittsburgh. Also a great student, such a good student that through a STEM program in the Pittsburgh City Schools, he got a full ride academically to Duquesne. He does not count against their 40 scholarship limit, and he's turned into a guy they can lean on as the second running back with the injury to Butts.
Yeah, the coach from the school said, you got this young man coming to your program. You should really take a look at him and wind up, you want to talk about just a pleasant surprise and outstanding addition to that roster.
2nd and 7 for the Dukes. Solomon stays in the game to the left of Parentes. Play action pass to the outside. Teddy Aful's got it. Picks up the first down. Makes a man miss as he got past Kareem Johnson and steps out at the 38 for a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, Aful there doing a nice job of creating some separation, and you saw there a little bit of the arm strength that Parentes has from that far hash, getting it right down there, right on the bullseye.
I know in your film study, Craig, you noticed a huge difference for Prentice in his accuracy when he had his feet set compared to when he was throwing on the move.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you could be as talented as you want, but it all comes down to basics and mechanics.
It's going to be a free play as Ezaraku jumped. Parentes sensed it, takes a shot for a full, almost brought it in as he had inside positioning on Amari Jackson.
Offside. Defense number 6. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So as Ezaraku jumps, it sets up a 1st and 5 for Duquesne here at the end of the first quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter.
So Boston College ends with its 3rd penalty already this game after only 1 penalty the entire game against Florida State, but that's probably the lone blemish on what's otherwise been a strong start. First it was Trayshawn Ward with the short touchdown run, and then Reed Harris from 72 yards out. Eagles up 2 scores. That's 14-0 lead for Boston College against Duquesne. The Dukes playing their 2nd straight FBS opponent to start the season. They were picked to repeat as the Northeast Conference champions. Jerry Schmidt told us that everything they do is set up to focus on that conference season, and the advantage of playing these games against FBS teams is that if you make a mistake, you get exposed. You see it crystallized on film right away, and they've been burned for a couple of big plays today. 1st and 5 to start the quarter. Solomon is wrapped up. Owen Stoudemire, who's a good second-string defensive tackle on a really deep unit for Boston College's backfield.
Stoudemire, with outstanding job, shoots those hands, just drives the guard back. That's what you call shedding a block right there. Go ahead. There's a textbook on doing that. Stoudemire just got himself a page.
No gain, it's 2nd and 5. Play action, a quick out to a full, and it is blown up on the outside. Ryan Turner, the nickelback, part of a secondary group for Boston College that's been tackling really well to start the year.
He kind of like played off the block, but he kind of went and delivered the hit. Number 18, he's going to come up. Watch him just push Irby aside.
Bill O'Brien told us, Craig, he was so impressed with the way his group, and particularly the guys in the secondary, tackled against Florida State.
Yeah, they were outstanding in that win, and here early on been playing really well in terms of being physical and wrapping up and tackling.
3rd down and 6. The Dukes are 0 for their first 3 on 3rd down. On the slant, it's intercepted. Kareem Johnson has it down the sideline. Parentis tries to cut him off. Johnson to the house. Touchdown, Boston College on the pick 6.
Physical, tackling, now we got to add playmaking as well. And so it looks like Prentice is going to try to aim that in there to Isabella and just gets off target. Johnson's right there, makes the play. Nice little tightrope down the sideline and punches it in.
You know, Bill O'Brien told us if Boston College is going to have the success he wants them to have, they have to dominate the local area first. And it was a circular route for Johnson. He started his college career at Arkansas, but he's back home in Boston, where he is from, playing as a redshirt senior this year, and his pick 6 puts the Eagles ahead by 3 scores early.
Parentis just going to try to go underneath and see him. Looks like he's just trying to aim it in there, and Johnson, Rory does an outstanding job of just stepping in front of it. Then you see the athleticism and the body control working down the sideline and getting in the end zone, and some explosive offensive plays, but now the defense chipping in as well, putting some points on the board.
They nearly had their touchdown last week when Max Tucker made that big 4th down interception, ran it inside the 10. This time, Johnson shakes Parentes's tackle to get himself to the house.
Yeah, this is a team that only had 8 interceptions all of 2023, and 5 of those left when Elijah Jones went to the NFL. So now here early in the year, see that secondary starting to step up, putting 2 on the board.
Yeah, you see where Boston College ranked last year. We mentioned over the last 2 seasons, the sacks, especially last year, were down. Takeaways pretty low. They were giving up close to 30 points a game as well. Looked incredible, particularly the way they controlled the trenches against Florida State. And they've limited Duquesne to only about 30 yards here over the first quarter plus.
Yeah, only 13 sacks a year ago, had 3 against the Seminoles.
Lombardo to kick with the Eagles ahead by 3 scores, and this is what he's done for years. He's won the place-kicking job this year, but he's been the kickoff man the last couple seasons and consistently boots it through the end zone. Second career touchdown for Kareem Johnson, who did score on a fumble recovery last year against Florida State.
Rounding out the resume?
Yeah. Got the pick 6 as the fumble recovery. I'm sure he'd ask to get in on the return game, see if he can bring one of those home at some point as well. And now for Parentes, who again is one of the better quarterbacks in the FCS. Bounced back from an interception. Those have been issues for him the past couple of seasons. That's already his 2nd interception thrown this season after 18 last year. Clements takes the handoff, and he is stood up by Shione Hala and Cam Arnold, the 2 linebackers in this 4-2-5 system run by, as you said, a very veteran coach, Tim Lewis, been coaching for nearly 4 decades, all different levels, college, long time as the Steelers defensive coordinator in the NFL. In the last few years in the XFL and the AFL, has continued to coach football even after a stint in the NFL.
They did it really, I mean, early on, that unit looked really strong against Florida State. Here, though, on that first down play, I'd like to see him kind of stop the momentum. That was a nice pickup considering how quickly he got hit.
2nd and 4. Go right back to Clements. He avoids the first hit and dives forward for a first down. Run hard, Jamario Clements getting the opportunity as the starter with Butts out of the game with an injury. And we'll get a Boston College timeout here. Bill O'Brien calls it from the sideline. And as they take time, we'll step aside as well. Eagles leading 21-0. Duquesne trying to put a drive together here early in the second quarter.
Is your business drowning in paperwork? The smart buying tools on Amazon Business help you work more efficiently, so you can focus on what you do best. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
You are the North Star, the guiding light for the ones you love. And the first step to their good health is yours. Mercy Health, primary, specialty, and emergency care. Healthcare for the universe of you.
Nothing, but on back-to-back plays, Jamario Clements, the running back for Duquesne, was able to run through some tackles. This one in particular hit at the line, and he kept on pushing the pile for 6 yards. Bill O'Brien took that timeout, and he let the defense have it.
Yeah, I mean, they lost the battle up front.
Oh, they come right on back and respond. Cam Horsley just gobbled up the offensive line, and then ate Clements for a loss.
Yeah, message received, right? I mean, and it may not seem like much. It was just a first down. But we were talking about during the break, Bill, it's like you don't want to let bad habits form. They had a big win against Florida State. You could think you got it all figured out. You think, hey, you know what, we're playing an opponent we're better than today. But on the other side of this, you got a road matchup against an SEC-ranked team in Missouri. Those type of things will expose you for a big play. So he wanted to stop it and say, hey, this is unacceptable. Get back to basics. Win up front.
Yeah, you're not just coaching for today. You're coaching for the long term, the process for this group. Parentes down the seam. Johnson had it broken up at the end there. Brykees Brown. Brad Student, cornerback from nearby Dorchester, with the good play to break it up.
You see Brown right there doing a nice job just staying with the play. Outstanding effort going up for the football. But Turner just doing a nice job there of staying with that play.
I beg your pardon, that was Turner again, who's made a couple of strong plays from his cornerback position. 3rd down and 12. Dukes haven't picked up a first down on 3rd down yet today. Blitz coming. It's a screen to the wide receiver, and Johnson dropped it. Oh, that was set up, particularly with the Boston College blitz, but the drop brings out the punt team.
Yeah, I mean, they executed it everything except for the catch. They had it executed very nicely. You mentioned they had that pressure going upfield, the offensive line slipping out. He had some blockers in front of him, but one of those little things, you put the ball on the ground, missed opportunity.
So for the third time today, Kyle Romanek comes on to punt, and Jaden McGowan might have a good chance to return here. McGowan brings it in at the 27. There's a shake and bake out to the 38. He gains 11 yards. And Boston College with good field position again. They've scored on their last 2 offensive drives and lead 21-0 early. A big statement win for Boston College and Thomas Castellanos at Florida State on Monday night. In that game, again, the majority of the playbook was on the ground. He rushed for 73 yards and a touchdown, threw for 106 and a couple scores. Tonight, entirely different so far for Castellanos. It's been through the air. He's thrown for 126 yards and a touchdown already.
Yeah, I mean, the most dangerous offenses are the offenses that are balanced. And kind of, you know, this is not what he said, but he say, you know, you don't want to cram a square peg into a round hole. You've got to be able to adjust to what defenses are giving you. You know, when you run for 260 yards, control the ball for nearly 40 minutes against Florida State, you know your opponent's going to, first thing they're going to do is we got to stop the run. So you need to be able to adjust, counter with the passing game. They've done that here in that first half. And as you're able to do that, now you can get back to the run because they can no longer just kind of load the box up and try to take away that run game.
Treshaun Ward on first down. Runs through the first tackle to gain about 4. Set up 2nd and 6. One other noticeable part of this game plan so far, trying to limit the hits on Thomas Castellanos. There hasn't been a called run for him yet. He had one scramble very early in this game for 8 yards. I would
say probably not at all. Unless something breaks down and the inner magician in him takes over and he just wants to create. But yeah, there's probably no, they've got a good stable of backs. Maybe none of them, not one of them would jump out to you in terms of elite backs, but there's a really good group of running backs that he has in that backfield with him.
Again, running behind an excellent line. Off play action, Castellanos down the middle, finds Lewis Bond for another big gain inside the 35 before Antonio Epps gets him down. 24 yards from Castellanos to Bond.
Yeah, Bond's been active here early, or really the returning leader of that group as Boston College works a little tempo here.
4 catches, 50 yards now for Bond today. Eagles going quickly. Ward cuts away from the first tackle and then bumps off Jason Patterson and Adrian Ramirez for a short gain.
Lewis Bond just does a really nice job taking his time, finding that open space. And it was an excellent pocket. You talked about that offensive line. Plenty of time for Castellanos to find Bond working over the middle, step into that throw.
Really well layered there, too, to just get it over the outstretched arm of the linebacker, Miller.
Well executed early all around.
Now, Ward made more out of that game than you would have originally thought. He gets himself 5 yards, and now Turbo Richard, the true freshman, is in at running back. The Boston College coaching staff raves about him. They think he is going to be incredible, and he's got a big seam already. Here goes Turbo Richard, ankle tackled at the 10. C.J. Barnes just saved the touchdown.
He was the top-ranked recruit in that 2023 class. And saw a little glimpses the other night against Florida State here with a nice run.
And Richard will take it again on first down into the pile and stop there for a gain of 4 by Ramirez. See the explosiveness on this big gainer, though.
He's got 2 big guys pulling out in front of him, turning up, getting upfield. Good effort there by number 3 coming off. Barnes making that tackle, but come on, when your name is Turbo, you got to be good. That's where I went. If I had a name like Turbo, maybe things have been different.
The pressure to be good, though, is very intense when your name is Turbo. Richard goes back to the bench. Kai Robichaux comes in on 2nd and goal from the 7. Reed Harris is motioned in like a tight end. It's Robichaux on the carry, and there haven't been huge gaps yet for Robichaux. Luke Miller makes the tackle after about 2 yards there. Miller starting at linebacker today with an injury to Ty Howard, who was a regular linebacker in the 4-2-5 for Duquesne, and he's made a couple tackles already. So some red zone work here for the Eagles, up 3 scores, 3rd and goal from just inside the 5. For the first time today, we see Dino Tomlin out onto the field. Castellanos throws to the tight end, Kamari Morales, touchdown. First Boston College touchdown for the North Carolina transfer Morales, and it's a 4-touchdown Boston College lead.
These tight ends do a really nice job blocking. They also, coaching staff like the versatility that they bring in there. Morales, the touchdown reception.
He had 4 touchdowns last year for the Tar Heels, his first as an Eagle, as Lombardo kicks it through. Really good composure there from Castellanos, standing tall in the pocket and making that throw.
And recognizing Morales comes upfield, number 3, Barnes, safety, looking inside. It was an easy kind of route there from Morales, and then you see Castellanos has got his eyes on him the entire time, delivers it. Nice job there. Again, working, that was one of these drives that was a little bit more reminiscent of what we saw Monday night. Using the run game, powerful, pushing it downfield, getting into a 3rd down, the red zone, being able to put up in the air and have another one of your pieces of your offense and your tight end, Morales, finish it off. And that's what's really that's what's intriguing about this. It's early in the season, but the way things are shaking out, you kind of mentioned how the ACC right now is looking a little crazy. Like with some of the pieces they have, the way they're playing on defense, there's the pieces in place to be well-rounded on offense. It's early, there's a lot of football to be played, but it's not also crazy to say that, hey, BC could be very much in the running for the ACC championship.
And look, with that win over Florida State, it is now an incredibly favorable league schedule for Boston College. They don't play NC State. They don't play Miami. They don't play Clemson. Louisville's the only top 5 preseason ACC team that they have left on their conference schedule this year. Maybe that's something they'll talk about tonight on ACC Networks. The Huddle coming up at 6:30 Eastern. The Huddle crew will be back with highlights and complete breakdowns of all the afternoon games. We'll get you ready for Appalachian State and Clemson at 8 p.m. After the game, they'll have a full post-game show to wrap up the night. All of it on ACCN and the ESPN app.
That's a must-watch with the way the season started in the ACC.
Yeah. How about Syracuse with Kyle McCord, who's thrown now for 8 touchdowns over the first 2 weeks. They beat Georgia Tech today, 31-28. Sean Solomon is in at running back. And the sophomore is clobbered at the line and then hit down hard. Rooks finished him off for a gain of 2. Devon Crouch was involved as well, the junior linebacker out of Tampa.
And if you noticed right there, there was no push. There was contact, movement was stopped. That was the difference between that play and then the previous drive after Bill O'Brien was forced to kind of call that timeout.
Seeing a lot of rotating for Boston College. They have their backup safety, Jalen Sheik, in for Carter Davis on this drive. You expect that in general, particularly coming off the 5-day turnaround from that game on Monday. High snap. Parentes gives it off, and it is another blistering hit. Owen McGowan, a torpedo coming in to tackle Solomon for a loss.
Yeah, Owen McGowan, you see right up top, just coming right down the hashes, doing a nice job, coming in, wrapping up, making a big hit.
Another 3rd down for Duquesne. The Dukes still 0 for on 3rd downs, 0 for their first 4. So you get a look at McGowan from nearby Canton, Massachusetts. See if Ezeraku or Akpala, the talented ends, can pressure on this obvious passing down. Parentes steps up, heaves it deep, looking for a fool, and double coverage there. Turner and Price, no room for a fool. Duquesne forced to punt. Ryan Turner's had a heck of a game at nickelback today.
Yeah, I think, it's playing an FCS opponent in Duquesne, but what you're seeing with some of the different names is if you're going to make it throughout an entire season, you need depth. And we're seeing some different players stepping in there.
Turner's been spelling Amari Jackson some here, the top cornerback, and been involved. It's a line drive kick. McGowan, a chance to return from the 42. See why they call him Shake. So much shifting and shimmying. This time it nets him 6 yards. Boston College's defense was challenged by Bill O'Brien last drive. They respond on this drive. Tackles in the backfield, leading to a 3-and-out. Bill O'Brien talked to his team about taking care of business, showed them videos of teams in week 1 who took care of business against FCS opponents. And after that 3-and-out to start the game, they have certainly taken care of business since 3 straight touchdown drives on offense. Add in the Cree Johnson pick 6, and you're looking at a 28-0 Boston College lead. Really done it through the air here. Thomas Castellanos, 7 of 8, 2 touchdowns, thrown for 155 yards. Detrell Jones gets his first carry of the season and pushes the pile for 4 yards. Already seeing the 4th different running back for Boston College. Jones redshirted last year, redshirt freshman out of nearby Hyde Park, Massachusetts, and Catholic Memorial High School, which has a great program in Massachusetts.
Yeah, high 3-star coming out in that 2023 class.
Jason Patterson is the defensive end who is down for Duquesne.
And for Duquesne, that's rough because this is a great opportunity. These players on this Dukes team to be able to test themselves. I'm sure some of them kind of feel along the recruiting process that maybe they were slighted, that they could have played at this level. But ultimately, it's about defending their league title and getting into. You want to try to get into that portion of your season as healthy as possible. And we've seen now, 2 players kind of including their talented tight end kind of go down here in that first half.
Yeah, it feels like all the players that were questionable this week for Duquesne coming in ended up not playing. And you think about it, the end goal coming out of this is to be as healthy as you can. They've got a big one next week. It is not a conference game, but it is a rematch of their FCS playoff game last year where they lost to Youngstown State. They'll play at Youngstown State next Saturday.
Yeah, got really handled by Youngstown State now, and I'm sure they very much like to exact some revenge, even though it's a regular season matchup. But a lot on the horizon for the Dukes beyond this game.
Jones stays in the game at running back. Castellanos at quarterback. On play action. He lets it go deep again. Home run ball for Bond. Pulled in. Touchdown. 49 yards. Thomas Castellanos is locked in today. Up over 200 yards already, only 1 incompletion. 8 of 9, 3 touchdowns. That was a precision strike from 49 yards out. 5th time we've seen Luca Lombardo pick the point after. And he's made all 5. Well, it was all on the ground last week. Boston College showing they can do it through the air as well.
He's going to get great protection. You see Bond there, the inside receiver, working against safety. Nice job tracking the football, adjusting to it, and then Castellanos, as you mentioned, he's only listed at 5'9", about 195 pounds, but listen, he's got an arm, and he just drives that downfield, and just outstanding job of tracking it by Bond.
Game plan limited Bond to just that 1 catch, 7 yards last time out. He already has 5 catches, 98 yards, and that touchdown today coming off 52 catches for 646 yards last year.
They started the game trying to get him involved with those quick passes out to the edges. Those went nowhere. They said, you know what, we're not going lateral, we're going vertical with you, and that's been working much better.
And Castellanos is averaging 26 yards a completion right now.
Saw the run game a week ago. In this first half, we've seen the passing game because not only Lewis Bond, but they had that really nice play downfield to Jerron Bradley, the Texas Tech transfer. Then Reed Harris had that big touchdown catch.
And that was the longest play of the game, 72-yard touchdown from Castellanos to Harris. Now, Boston College was hoping they would be able to use their depth today. Coming off a game 5 days ago with Missouri on the horizon, maybe be able to go to the second and third string, and they have handled business here, so that we'll see that in the second half as we have a fair catch from Duquesne. Lewis Bond, big breakout year last year, guy who stuck around at Boston College in the portal era, even when he wasn't getting a ton of playing time, just 6 catches those first 2 years. That was when Zay Flowers manned the wide receiver position here at Boston College, now with the Baltimore Ravens. Flowers was gone last year, and Bond, part of the group that stepped in to fill that void.
Yeah, I had read that Bill O'Brien actually had kind of made a comparison to John Mechie, who was outstanding receiver kind of at Alabama.
Yep. See if this Duquesne offense can get things going. It's been a tough go for Darius Parentes. He does get this one out for a 4-yard gain before he's hammered again by Ryan Turner.
Turner's been active in this game. And I'll tell you what, once again, it kind of just shows the secondary, how physical it's been, how well it's tackled. The completion is made, but immediately with a hit.
Second and a long 5. Mario Clements with a good hole here, surges forward, his biggest gain of the game, up to the 45, give him 16 yards, and he was stung at the end, and he stays down, now working his way back up.
And number 4, you see him, he comes inside, he gets pinned. It's a nice job there by Clements of seeing it, bouncing it to the outside.
Arnold and Cheek on that tackle, and Clements leaves the game for Solomon after getting up slowly. 74 yards of offense so far for Duquesne, including that 16-yard chunk there. Go on the ground to Solomon. He's swallowed up right away. To Darius McConnell, the first one there. We've talked about it a couple of times, but the twos on the D-line, Stoudemire and McConnell at the tackle, really effective on top of Horsley and Rooks, the ones.
Any defensive coordinator in the country will tell you that one of the things they probably desire most is to have depth along their defensive line, to let those big guys be able to rotate through. I think most defensive coordinators tell you they feel good if they have a defensive line that's 7 or 8 guys deep.
Tim Lewis, the defensive coordinator, known in his career for bringing pressure, but he told us about the luxury of this group, knowing that he can get pressure just with those 4 down linemen. It really opens things up for him. Here is that aforementioned pressure. Parentes steps away and slings a good one to the outside. Teddy a fool with the catch right at the sticks in front of Brykees Brown. It's a first down for Duquesne.
There's a Rock who's going to take an inside move. You see number 6 flash right there. Parentes able to get outside the pocket, do a nice job putting it on the money on the move. And we said it early on, he may be his most dangerous when he's outside the pocket.
California kid out of Los Angeles, started his college career at the University of Rhode Island, transferred to Duquesne, and last year a top 30 Walter Payton Award finalist for FCS Player of the Year. To touch over 3 minutes left in the opening half. Solomon with a little bit of space. That closes quickly, and the hits are enormous right now. Arnold and Hala, along with Akpala, all involved.
Arnold, he's going to come into the screen, break down, right in the chest. He's kind of the extension of that coaching unit on the field. He's the one who wears that green dot. You see right here in the middle of his helmet. He's getting the communications from the staff.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more as this game goes on, but this Boston College staff, with all its NFL experience, primed as any staff in the country to make those adjustments this year to the green dot communication, to the tablets on the sideline, much closer to what they do in the NFL. Well, Johnson stopped his route, some miscommunication there as Parentes throws it long and sets up 3rd and 8.
And this is, Bill O'Brien, NFL background. Tim Lewis, NFL background. They're used to, this is something that's been in the NFL for a while. Talking to some college coaches, I think the thought is, you could talk to that player up to 15 seconds on the play clock. it would seem like, oh, this is going to make things easier. This is something these players, these kids are not used to. They don't have that in high school. So sometimes it can be difficult to kind of get that relay across.
3rd and 8. It's a screen pass and nobody home. Eagles brought the house. Parentis just into space. 4th and 8 for Duquesne.
Yeah, they rushed those 4. It was a nice job. We saw a little bit earlier was an incompletion. Duquesne was able to set up a screen that had the potential to be a nice play. They did not make the connection. There, Boston College, those 4 guys up front sent something. They quickly got their hands up.
I think the officials are talking about a potential grounding here. It didn't look like Caleb Jones, the running back, was anywhere close on that screen pass. And the flag comes out. So that'll improve the field position off this punt for Boston College.
Intentional grounding, offense number 7. That penalty is a loss of down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
That's why that play looks so weird. Jones, a true freshman, into the game, and instead of going out to screen, he was trying to block one of the oncoming linemen and wasn't there as a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be outside the pocket. The ball has to go back to at least the line of scrimmage, but it's just a miscommunication because the O-line, everybody's executing your screen except for the guy who's supposed to be catching you.
So we see Romanek again on to punt. This one hops forward. McGowan will return it off the hop, and he is covered well this time. Justin Harris makes the tackle on punt coverage. Boston College backed up inside his own 20. Our Week 2 ACC Network football lineup continues with 25th ranked Clemson and Appalachian State in Death Valley. That game's at 8 o'clock. The game's available on the ESPN app, so you can watch it anywhere. A chance for Boston College to work on its 2-minute offense here, and if they score, this may be the end of what we see from Thomas Castellanos and the first team for Boston College here. 2 timeouts left for the Eagles to work with, plus the 2-minute timeout. They'll start on the ground with Kai Robichaux gaining 7 and bringing us to that aforementioned 2-minute timeout. Boston College looking for a little bit more to end half number 1. 2 minutes to go, up 35.
Is your business drowning in paperwork?
This work ain't fit for a partner.
With smart buying tools from Amazon Business, you can focus on what you do best. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
Thanks everyone, especially Vicky. She saved us enough to help us open our 2nd location.
Auto Owners offers discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because they think the more you protect, the more you should save. That's simple human sense.
Now the commercial space.
Wow, this is great. What you said about financing and tax implications has me loving it.
The current zoning allows for a dog grooming business. Do your dogs need to see it too?
Expertise, just one of the many ways an agent who's a realtor works for you.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
They have the ball with 2 timeouts left, 2 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. These are the situational things you like as a coach in a game like this, and a chance for Thomas Castellanos to continue as he conducts the student section, seeing Mr. Brightside continue to put up these ridiculous numbers. One of a very elite list, 2,000 rushing yards, 2,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards last year. And speaking of rushing yards, Trayshawn Ward gashes for 25 more before TJ Jones brings him down.
Ward, who had that outstanding all-purpose night against Florida State, doing a nice job bouncing it there for a big gain.
BC up over 300 yards of offense here in the first half. Castellanos looking for another deep ball. Flag is out as Jaden McGowan was held up by T.J. Jones, and that'll be pass interference.
Ward's going to want to get to the edge here. Blocker just able to keep that end occupied enough, and then he gets to that second level.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So pass interference on Jones moves the sticks and brings Boston College all the way down to the Duquesne 36-yard line.
You know, one of the things we haven't spoke about, too, with this offensive line that's a real boost is Logan Taylor back. He was not in action against Florida State. They've got him inserted at that left guard spot. Now it just helps the depth of that line because Dwayne Alec now becomes that sixth player.
Hey, if 6 guys have been regular college starters for this Boston College offensive line. Here's Treshaun Ward once more. Look at him keep moving the pile. You don't think of him as the big power runner, but he gains 6 there, taking Matt Brooks for a ride, and the clock winds to 1:20 to go before halftime.
Yeah, some tough running there by Ward, but they got a potential nice kind of thunder and lightning package with him and Robichaux, who we really haven't talked about much today, but Robichaux could be a really physical guy. Those two can complement each other very nicely this season.
Ward has 55 yards on the ground. Robichaux 27 on just 6 carries today. Castellanos looks to throw here on second down. Wide open down the middle. It is another Boston College touchdown. Treshaun Ward out of the backfield continues to be a huge threat.
It's almost like he's wearing camo because nobody ever seems to want to cover him coming out of the backfield. He was wide open, so much so they had to actually adjust, turn around a little bit. Coming off a nice tough run, once again showing the receiving skills.
2 games into his Boston College career, already has more than 100 receiving yards out of the backfield. Castellanos, a nearly perfect first half, 9 of 10, 234 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Boston College leads 42-0.
And it was a nice job there by Castellanos. There was a little heat coming off the edge. He stood in there, waited, was able to deliver that to a wide open Ward.
A great home debut now for Bill O'Brien, who just had to get on his team once in this game, and they have responded. And when he enters a room, you talk to folks around the program, you can tell he's a guy who has the experience that he does. He commands the room. When he talks, players listen. Obviously learned from some of the best coaches like Bill Belichick and Nick Saban. Had that really hard first head coaching job at Penn State at a dark time and did well. Then on to the Houston Texans. And now after Alabama and then another stint with the Patriots, back here at Boston College.
To me, what he did at Penn State alone was really impressive. For that to be your first, I think people sometimes forget what a dark time that was around Penn State. And he basically helped keep that program afloat and over to where they're gonna now, become back to a perennial top 25 team. But what he did there in recruiting and on the field was super impressive.
It's another touchback off Lombardo's foot. And it's not just Bill O'Brien who has that NFL experience on this Boston College coaching staff. He has some coaches who've been with him at a lot of his stops along the way, like offensive coordinator Will Lawing, who joined Penn State as a graduate assistant. O'Brien's second year there. He's been with him ever since. Tim Lewis mentioned 20 years in the NFL. Up top as a defensive coordinator with the Steelers, a long run as a secondary coach in the NFL as well.
Yeah, we had a little time to visit with him yesterday. We were talking earlier. He just seems like a wealth of information.
A guy could tell you stories for days and not run out of material about his time in the NFL and coaching football. Duquesne will keep it on the ground with Solomon, and he is submarined by KP Price coming from the safety spot.
KP Price out of St. Francis Academy in the Baltimore area. They've got a few players out of that program, and yeah, he came up in a hurry.
Likely be the last snap of this second quarter. You know, Craig, when we sat with Thomas Castellanos yesterday, he said, Dream World, they take care of business, and he gets the second half off. I think mission accomplished. I'd be surprised if we see Castellanos the way the offense hummed through the first half, and will be a good chance for Jacoby Robinson to get some time at quarterback in half number 2. A knee to end the first half. Castellanos and Boston College near flawless first 30 minutes, leading 42-0.
It wasn't Babe Ruth-like, but he did call a shot that he thought he'd probably be done at halftime. Outstanding first half there by the BC Eagles.
Castellanos throws for 4 touchdowns. Boston College in control after the opening half. Kane coming up after the break. Taylor, Eric, and Tom talk impact transfers week 1 and more from Boston with highlights and stats coming up. And Tom talk impact transfers week 1 and more from Boston with highlights and stats coming up.
Welcome into your ACC Network halftime report. We are hanging out here in beautiful Clemson, South Carolina,
Yes,
Death
we
Valley,
are. Let's
as they
go.
like to call it, especially when it's a game underneath the lights. Tom Luganbill, Eric McLean, Taylor Tannenbaum will have you covered for this halftime and get you ready for the second half of this ball game. All right, we're just getting started in the football season, and we've dubbed this year in the ACC the year of the quarterback, and now we have a little bit of a sample size, and a lot of these guys transfers in. We're still getting to know them, so we got to know them pretty well after week 1. Here's a look at some of those transfer QBs that had themselves a day last weekend. And I know the highlight of this list, we're going to chat about a few of them, would be one guy named Cam Ward, who many would say maybe started his Heisman campaign over there in the swamp last weekend. Let's break down a little bit of Cam Ward. EMAC, we'll start with you. What impressed you after watching the game live and then going back and watching the tape on QB1 at Miami?
Really just how relaxed he was. And Luke's, honestly, it was even a step further than that. I don't know what you call it, because it's not lackadaisical because there's intent, but it was so calm, and the way that he handled it was fascinating to me. I mean, literally, it looked like the game was in slow motion for him. The way that he's prepared, the comfortability in the offense. He's running out of he's walking out of bounds. Staring down the Florida defenders like, please hit me. I would love if you would hit me, because they were nowhere near him.
Sure.
And so to me, Luke, you saw a guy who is experienced, who is old, and who is making an unbelievably amount of his opportunity right now.
You were searching for words how to put kind of what looked like it was almost too easy.
Too easy.
Right?
Yeah.
And
we all know it's not.
And it's not, but to your point, when you prepare well, right? And again, this is this young man's third offense of the same offense at 3 schools, right? So he's never having to change up personnel or terminology and verbiage and all. It's always been the same. The only thing that's different is the players around him have gotten better at each stop, right? So for me, I thought the poise at times things look effortless for him. Now it's not always going to be that way, and there's going to have moments where he's going to throw it to the other team or he's going to make a poor decision. But I'll tell you the one thing that stood out to me physically is the variety of ways he can get rid of the football. I mean, your arm's not supposed to work like that and then be accurate, right, at the end of the day. And so that really stood out to me physically.
That on top of the anticipation. I mean, I know we've all discussed it ad nauseum, but when he's rolling to the left and he throws to a spot, not to a guy, he throws to a spot, which, by the way, if you look from the end zone cam, there's 2 defenders. It looks like a horrible throw, and then, boom, this receiver comes out of nowhere for a touchdown. I mean, it was glorious.
And the chemistry was really nice to see,
fantastic.
too, with that being the first game of the season, I thought.
Oh, absolutely. No question.
All right, so put Cam Ward to the side. If he keeps playing like that, we're going to see him in New York later in the fall. Outside of him, though, the other ACC quarterback that really stood out to you, Lugs, was who?
Kyle McCord at Syracuse. He steps on campus. He plays in the first game, and it looks like he's been there for 3 years. He had command. You used the word poise with Cam Ward. He made all of the necessary throws. There's actually really good targets around him that people aren't familiar with yet. And Quinn Allen at running back is really good. But throws like that, and then just the routine gimmies, the layups, the ones that you have to have, I thought he was really, really impressive for a guy that's inheriting a brand new football team.
What do you give credit to, I guess, the slow start? New place, new people? So, I mean, he turned it on. He turned it on, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, that and just the fact that it's your first game, and it's the team's first game, and you probably there's a lot riding on your shoulders because the expectation is, this guy's transferred in from Ohio State, and they won, X amount of games, so he's going to have to wear an S on his chest. Once he settled down, he was just fine.
Yeah, S for Syracuse.
What about for you?
I'm going to go with Tyler Shough. I was blown away, by the efficiency. Yeah. That young man at Louisville was dynamic. I think it was 18 to 24, something of that nature. Yeah. Just really explosive through the air. And, again, kind of similar understanding to me, Lugs, of how to manipulate the pocket. Yeah. Backpedaling when you need to, not panicking, not scrambling, going all out of your wits. Just, knowing, hey, I know where to go to the football. I'm going to get it to my guys, and making really timely, tight window throws as well.
Really fun to watch Tyler Shough play. Hopefully he stays healthy.
Yes.
Knock on wood.
Well, they're not going to run him. That's the thing. At Texas Tech and at Oregon, they ran him, and that's what led to problems. Right. Jeff Brom's not doing that.
As long as he's on the field, good things could potentially happen for Louisville this season. All right, underrated ACC transfer quarterback, and I think you guys are in agreement on this one.
I'll let you go first.
No, you go first because I can't remember who I had.
Eli Holstein, how about our guy from
Eli.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Eli.
Super electric. And let me tell you, loved what I saw from the offense with Pittsburgh. Fast, explosive. You had some guys that have played in it, specifically at the running back position, and Eli was just letting it rip, man. I mean, you've got these talented guys, Kenny Johnson being one of them last year that we thought was going to have a massive year, but because of the unfortunateness, Lugs, of the lackluster quarterback play, we didn't get to see him fully unlocked.
Yeah.
Now we're going to. I love what this Pitt offense looks like. I get it's game one. I get the opponent. But doing it on air.
They looked different.
Yes.
Like they looked like there was a different tone to them.
Yep.
And that kid can flat rip it. I mean, you talk about arm talent and arm strength. The explosive play is really impressive.
All right, about 90 seconds left. The transfer quarterback with the most to prove moving forward.
I remember this one.
Who? Go for it.
Grayson McCall. He's got some improving to do. There were flashes on Thursday night. 300-yard game, but he missed at least 2 touchdowns. Yeah. He was not accurate on the day. He made it difficult for his targets to adjust. There was never just the clean catch and go.
It's a good way to put it.
Right? And so he's a guy that's protected the football incredibly well his entire career. And he, again, had moments that were really, really good, but then there were some other moments you're going, it's not good enough, Grayson.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Seminole quarterback in DJU. And maybe this is silly for me to say, but I really thought that we would see the best version of him consistently. We absolutely have not. The game plan has been confusing, Lugs. First game, you probably wanted him to throw it more. Second game, you wanted him to run it more, and they didn't do either. So it's interesting to see where does he go from here? Right. What can he possibly do? Or is this just it? It's who he is, where he is.
What's his confidence level? That's the problem.
Right.
He's been so demoralized, right? And it's not just him. They got problems up front on both sides of the football.
Sure.
Right, and good for them. They have a bye week, and then they move ahead in their schedule after 2 games already under their belt in the ACC. And don't forget, college football season in full swing, so that means ACC PM is on daily. Lugs is on there. EMAC will join sometimes. I will too in the basement at 4 o'clock every day right here on ACC Network. Enjoy the second half. We'll see you later.
Coming off the win at Florida State, all business in the home opener for Boston College, a 42-0 lead at the half over Duquesne. With Greg Albert, Bill Spalding, glad to be with you for this one. This Boston College team came into this one, we were talking about their ground game, what they did at Florida State, rushing for 262 yards. First half today, Craig, it was all about through the air and Thomas Castellanos with a number of deep shots.
You hear coaches say it all the time, take what the defense gives you. You figured that Duquesne would have watched the Florida State game and go, whoa, they ran the ball for 260 yards. We should stop the run. So what did the Eagles do? They went airborne, and it all started with your dynamic quarterback, Thomas Castellanos, going down to the redshirt freshman Reed Harris, such an exciting player. They would continue to work the football around to as many weapons there, hitting the tight end, Kamari Morales, and going deep. So Lewis Bonnie was really the most active of those receivers there in the first half. And then Trayshawn Ward, who just seems to be developing into quite the weapon, Bill, coming out of that backfield. We saw some nice catches for him a week ago against Florida State, and they're punching one in.
Must be the scheme with Will Long, because I agree with what you said earlier. It's like nobody ever picks up Ward when he comes out of the backfield. He's wide open. He was open again a couple of times today. Look at the numbers on offense Monday and how different it has been here today. The passing game leading the way. You imagine, though, we'll see a heavy dose of the ball on the ground here for Boston College, and likely a second, maybe even third quarterback, and deep down the depth charts at wide receiver and running back as well.
Yeah, that bottom one, the rushing yards allowed. I mean, still, Duquesne's having more success on the ground than Florida State was, but still hold the team under 50 yards there in the first half. And obviously that probably will remain low because Duquesne's got a lot of ground to make up to try to, put some points on the board.
And a towel around the neck of Thomas Castellanos, whose day likely goes exactly as he thought. He wanted to play the first half today. He was hoping they'd be firmly in control, and thanks to his 4 touchdown passes, the Eagles were. Remember, Duquesne deferred the opening coin toss, so they get the ball to start the second half here, trailing 42-0. We will see if Duquesne sticks with its first offense and Darius Parentes. They did get Jordan Heisey, their backup quarterback, into the game last time against Toledo. It's a line drive kick through the end zone and another touchback.
Now in this second half, Bill, it's important for Boston College to not regress in terms of making assignment errors. They had more penalties so far in that first half than they did against Florida State, but it still hasn't been an issue. Can't let those little things go here in the second half, even though you got a big lead. You want the second, third wave of players to come in, but to still execute the little things.
It is Parentes who stays in the game for now. The quarterback was 7 of 14, but limited to just 39 yards through the air. Boston College's secondary was outstanding in that first half. Handoff goes to Sean Solomon. He's going backwards on the first play of the second half. Cam Horsley, the top defensive tackle, still in the game, and he makes the hit behind the line.
Yeah, Horsley, he's a big body, about a 300-pounder. Last year, he was actually quite productive. You know, he kind of looks like a space eater, but he could make some plays for you in there, doing a nice job working his way down the line. And if you remember in that second quarter when Bill O'Brien called that timeout and got after him, yards have been very tough to come by ever since that timeout.
And it was Horsley who made the first hit right after that timeout, one of his 2 tackles for a loss today. 2nd and 13. This is Stephen Mahar, the tight end in motion, a transfer from Syracuse. Remember, Noah Canty was injured earlier today. Parentes throwing on the run. It's intercepted. Jalen Cheek cuts it off and gets a foot down inbounds. Second Eagle interception. That was well read by Cheek.
That's some outstanding closing speed. See Parentes trying to get outside. He does not see Cheek, who just does an outstanding job of closing and getting in front of it. Now does he get that foot down? Yep. We see broke right in front. Receivers right in front of him. It looked like he got that foot down. Just an outstanding job of reading it and closing by Cheek.
So here is Boston College backup quarterback Jacoby Robinson making his college debut, redshirt freshman from Henderson, Texas. Grayson James was slated to be the Boston College backup. He's been a bit banged up since training camp as Detrell Jones rushes for 9+ yards, but a flag comes in late. We've been told by the Boston College staff they think James could be back as soon as next week, but Robinson gets the chance here to play today.
Holding. Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty. First down.
It's Kevin Klein. We're seeing some of the reserve offensive linemen in the game as well for Boston College. So there's a look at Robinson, highly touted recruit out of high school. ESPN ranked him number 9 out of quarterbacks. And I know You live in that world, Craig. What did you see as a high schooler, number 10 dual threat quarterback, that you think can translate to the college game?
Yeah, well, much different body type than Castellanos, but also a good athlete, good arm strength. Mentioned probably the plan wasn't for him to be that number 2 as the FIU transfer, Grayson James. But this is great to get your young quarterback some experience, get some reps, and kind of continue to build that depth in that quarterback room. And he certainly has the physical tools. Bill O'Brien said it yesterday in regards to his offensive line, but you can say that really about any position.
Yep.
There's no substitute for experience.
2nd and 15 after Detrell Jones ran for 5 yards. It's quarterback keeper Robinson off the zone read. Scampers ahead for 2 before Gianni Rizzo takes him down. Second straight tackle for the veteran linebacker Rizzo. And one thing we'll expect from Duquesne here, their coaches talked about how hard they felt like this Dukes team played, even down 39 at Toledo. So expect Rizzo, the rest of the starters still out there to continue to grind here in this game.
Yeah, you still, there's a lot of football ahead this season for Duquesne, and most importantly, defending a conference title that they won last year. You still want to see the effort and the passion to build off of moving forward.
It'll be a chance for Robinson to throw for the first time. Pressure off the edge, he's hit, ball comes out, and it's recovered by Kersinger and Duquesne. Jack Dunkley, the defensive end, with that pressure off the edge to force Boston College's first turnover this season.
He's holding that throwing arm by his side. You know, his arm is definitely coming forward. It's a matter of whether he still had control of the ball up top. You see the defensive end working, gets a piece of that hand. His arm was coming forward. Interesting as they wind up taking a look at this.
Looks like plays being held for now. Bill O'Brien still coaching hard. We've talked about it. Expect that throughout the entirety of this second half. We were at the walkthrough yesterday. There were a couple moments where he had to grasp his team's attention there. He picks his spots, but when he talks, players really do listen. And it looks like we will have our first review of the day. Replay official is Devin Nash, and he'll take a look at it.
Pressure, watch it. His arm is coming forward. Now, is he controlling it as now? That's what, now as that arm is coming forward, it looks like that ball is no longer kind of in his grip, which may lead to that fumble.
Dunkley forced it, Kersinger recovered. Jack Dunkley's gotten himself a bit of a reputation for big-time forced fumbles, clinched the conference championship with a strip sack at the end of his freshman season last year. While they give it a look here, we'll step aside with Boston College leading by 42. Bill O'Brien with a quick word for his redshirt freshman quarterback, Jacoby Robinson. That fumble does stand after review. Stands, so not confirmed, but not enough to overturn it either.
Yeah, his arm is coming forward, but that's not enough. As he's hit, the ball is kind of jarred loose. It doesn't look to be in control of it, and that's why I think, you know, the right call there for it to stand.
This is some of the best field position of the day for Duquesne. Duke start at the Boston College 47. Sean Solomon remains in the game at running back next to Darius Parentes. It's a four-man rush. Parentes down the middle, and he got it through to Johnson, but Carter Davis's hit breaks up the play. Davis has been a safety for all of 3 weeks, and he's already top of the depth chart. Tim Lewis said from the moment he got here in the spring, he tried to talk Carter Davis moving to safety, and finally won out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, came in as a corner and kind of had his heart set on being a corner, and talked to him in the spring and said, I want to be a corner. Came to camp, I want to be a corner. Then during camp, they said, hey, you're moving. And it's been a smashing success so far early on. We were joking around with Coach Lewis after that Florida State game. He probably came in, why didn't we do this sooner, Coach?
I've always been a safety, right? What Tim Lewis said is they realized just how good a tackler he was, and that's why they think he fits as a safety. But yeah, his coverage skills makes him dynamic. Here's the most dynamic running play of the game for Sean Solomon, a first down, gaining 11.
Well, it's one of those things, too. You know, I'm always interested to see young players. At that stage of your career, you're not a career anything.
Yep.
If a guy like Tim Lewis with his pedigree tells you you would be a better fit at safety and help the team better, you should probably go, all right, coach, I'll give it a try. I never kind of got a 17 or 18-year-old kid saying, this is what I am.
Yeah.
Your skill set may fit someplace better on the football field, and you should be open to that.
I mean, just look at linebacker Cam Arnold for Boston College. He started as a cornerback, then he was a safety, now he's a linebacker. Solomon, nowhere to go, dances around and picks up one. But particularly when you get this staff, Tim Lewis has been coaching football for close to 40 years. And those players, eventually you listen to that, you realize they know what they're talking about.
Well, I mean, it's very early on in their tenure, but right out the gate, he's putting together a nice, resume and say, hey, listen, trust me. You see what we did with Carter Davis? And it's been great just because of that athletic. And now he brings a lot of versatility to that defense as well because of his experience at corner.
Parentes going down the sideline, a full adjusting. He brings it in. Oh, that is a tremendous catch by Teddy, a full adjusting to the back shoulder for a big chunk play.
Yeah, hasn't been a ton of highlights today for Duquesne, but a fool doing an outstanding job rotating his body, extending for that football. Bring it in. Look at that. Look, nice control of the ball as well. Beautiful catch.
Dukes are in the red zone for the first time today. Solomon is stuffed after a minimal game, about one. Sedarius McConnell and Owen McGowan combine on the tackle. Some rotations in the secondary now as well. Carter Davis has been spelled by Buck Jones, the redshirt junior, in at safety for Boston College. You got the second corners, Turner and Brown, in as well. Solomon right up the middle. Hit hard, but he does pick up 5. When the hole closed, it closed, but not before a solid gain. Quintavious Hutchins, the D end, with the hard hit. And we've got another injured Duke. And for Duquesne now down 42. Your goal here in the second half, it might sound counterintuitive, but you want to see the clock move because you want to get out of this game as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
All right, we will step aside with Boston College leading Duquesne 42-0.
Playoff is here. The 4 highest-ranked conference champions will get first-round byes, and the 8 teams seeded 5 through 12 will play at the host campus starting December 20th. From there, the playoff will play out as dictated by the bracket. The quarterfinals and semifinals will be played at traditional New Year's Six bowl game locations, and it all culminates with the national championship game on January 20th, only on ESPN.
Well, with how wide open this ACC looks at the start here, there are a whole lot of teams that have that 12-team college playoff on their mind. Georgia, very impressive start last week against Clemson, dominant against Tennessee Tech today. How about Texas just rolling Michigan 31-12 in Ann Arbor? That is a good-looking group of Longhorns.
Yeah, I love what Texas did in the offseason, using the transfer portal to restock that receiver room. Felt like they made championship moves.
Third down here for Duquesne, and Darius Parentes, the quarterback. Time evades him. He throws for the end zone, and he misses John Irby. Strong coverage again from Ryan Turner. Feel like we have said that a lot today.
They brought pressure, and this, there may be some of those twos there in on defense, but I guarantee you, Bill, that everyone on that defense is rooting for this defense to hold up, because nothing a defense loves more than a shutout.
Well, it looks like Duquesne's going to try and break it here with a kick. You've got Ryan Brusdowitz, the grad student kicker, third all-time at Duquesne in points scored. 1 for 1 on field goals this year, was 7 for 11 last year. This would be a 31-yarder.
You may say, why go? And as the opposing team, you want that 0 off the board.
Oh, he missed it. Pulled it left. The 0 survives, and look at the Boston College sideline. A lot of those starters running off to high-five the Eagles coming off the field. As you mentioned, they want that goose egg to stay.
If you ever played on defense, you ever coached on defense, you want that shutout. You want that 0. It doesn't matter at what point in the game it comes. It's kind of like a badge of honor to put forth an effort where you're able to keep another team from scoring throughout the entire game. And Duquesne was knocking on the door there, but wide on the kick.
And on Sunday, women's sports takes over every Sunday on ACC Network. This week at noon Eastern, it's field hockey. 14th-ranked Ohio State squares off against 10th-ranked Syracuse. Then number 9 Notre Dame hosts Marquette in soccer. Boston College back to work with the freshman Turbo Richard, who loses a yard. Richard had a big gain on his first attempt back in the first half, but swallowed up here.
Good to see Robinson back at quarterback after that fumble. Looked like he was kind of favoring that arm a little bit, so good to see him back out on the field.
Still officially has not thrown a college pass. 2 run plays and a fumble on that first drive. Robinson looking for a quick throw here. He fumbled again as he bumped into Richard. He recovers and makes something out of that. He gains about 8 yards. Wait, Craig, when he cocked it back there, he hit Turbo Richard, his running back, but some composure to make something happen.
Yeah, he's having a tough time getting off that first college pass, but here you're going to see his hand as Richard kind of went for the fake, lifted that hand up to kind of give the look of the, and he hit it, but as you mentioned, just stayed calm, picked it up, used that athleticism to get what he could get.
2 guys without much experience there in the backfield. First college game for Robinson, second for Richard. Takes the handoff on 3rd down and gets right to the line to gain. Move the sticks. He picks up 3. It's first down for Boston College, and the clock will keep on churning. Now, Richard is well built. He's 5'8", but he's 200 pounds, but he's also got speed. He was the Upper South Carolina champion in the 100 meters in high school as well. So before you got to the overall state championship, think of it like a regional. He won that regional in the 100.
Ruling on the field of a first down.
And it looks like we'll get a review on the spot here. See whether or not Richard got to the sticks.
While they look at that, you know, there seems to be, no matter who you talk to on the opposite side of the ball, though, an excitement about Turbo Richard,
yeah.
His future. And I feel like we heard the term, he's the future, quite a few times.
Yep.
And you're right, he's got good speed. He's got that physical build, good shiftiness to be able to kind of elude defenders and to be able to fight through tackles and see if he's able to use that power to kind of get.
You know, I don't think he got to the 30, just watching it there first time. Needed to get right to that 30-yard line. So the ball is to the backside there. And that's good work by TJ Jones, the safety, to kind of stand him up.
Stand him up, kind of turn him away from me, yeah.
It's been a little tougher sledding with the 1s out on offense and the 2s out there for Boston College against the Duquesne defense that still mainly is the starting group out there. Again, if you're just joining us, you missed Thomas Castellanos putting on an air show in the first half. 4 touchdown passes.
First down.
Well, they will keep the ruling as is. It stands for a first down for Boston College. Castellanos, the 4 touchdowns is one thing. Threw for more than 200 yards on 9 completions, only had 1 incompletion, and is the first Boston College quarterback in 8 years to have 3 30-plus yard touchdown passes in the same game. Richard gets the call again. Gianni Rizzo is there quickly to bring him down. Big tackling linebacker. Rizzo all NEC last year, and he has been active in the run-stopping game today as well.
Yeah, good angle there from Rizzo getting downhill, but Castellanos know what he can do with his leg. And again, that stat from a year ago, the 2,000 passing, the 1,000 rushing, and some of the names, it's not a very deep list of quarterbacks within the last 30 years in the ACC who've been able to do that, and he is one of them.
Richard with a good move to the outside, shakes a tackle, and is driven back just short of the first down yardage. He'll set up third in less than a yard as the cornerback Cerisier makes the tackle. And two of the guys on that very short list, Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, so some good names to kind of in terms of just talent and playmaking ability to be listed among, and see how he builds upon that now, kind of being teamed up with Bill O'Brien this season.
Third and less than a yard. Keep it on the ground. Turbo Richard into the wall of defense, and he pushes the pile for 2 more yards and a first down. And mentioned Jackson and Watson. You add in Malik Cunningham, who was a heck of a college quarterback a couple years ago for Louisville. Woody Dantzler was also so tough to stop at the collegiate level.
And that's, you know, again, that's from 1996.
Yeah.
I mean, we're coming up on 30 years. Yep. And that's a very short list that he is on. And I think, again, there's even room for growth for him as a player.
Detrell Jones with a seam and a burst. Guy they called Day-Day, redshirt freshman from nearby Catholic Memorial and a Massachusetts state champ in the 55-meter dash, gains the first down. You know, and for Castellanos, this was the game that was his first start last year, second game of the season against an FCS team. So he's played 1 full season.
And that game was more challenging than this one was.
Much more challenging. It was a 3-point win. But he's already broken the all-time rushing record for Boston College quarterbacks. He's done it in 1 full season. As Antonio Epps makes the tackle on Detrell Jones for short gain. Again, we're talking about 12 games, more rushing yards than any quarterback in Boston College history, with a couple of years still to go.
Interesting to think, though, if Doug Flutie was playing in this era where quarterbacks ran more, what he may have done.
That's a good point. Keep it on the ground. Detrell Jones breaks a tackle, and there he goes. Detrell Jones inside the 5, he scores. 47 yards. Jones has his first career touchdown.
Good effort by Jones. He's going to run right up in the middle. There's nothing there. He keeps those feet moving, pumping, works his way laterally. Once he gets to the edge, there's nothing but green there, and Jones able to take it all the way.
Got to imagine he's glad he got in, because his teammates would have never let him live it down if he got caught there at the end by the hard-charging Nell Davis. Extra point is good, and it's Liam Connor on to kick it this time. So the backup kicker puts one through. Jones adds another marker for Boston College. Lineup continues with 25th ranked Clemson and Appalachian State. That's in Death Valley, 8 o'clock tonight. Game available on the ESPN app. You can watch anywhere. Clemson try to rebound from the season opening loss to Georgia. Again, still anybody's guess who the favorite is in the ACC. I think if you had to pick right now, a lot of folks maybe would say Miami, but it is one of those years where there isn't that one team that kind of stands out above the rest, as we'll take a look at the ACC scoreboard. Pitt with a good win on the road at Cincinnati by a point earlier today. Syracuse led by Kyle McCord with the 3-point win over ranked Georgia Tech. How about Cal leading Auburn? How about Cal being on an ACC scoreboard, leading Auburn on the road? Louisville up on Jacksonville State, North Carolina up on Charlotte, and they just got underway in that Virginia Tech Marshall game.
Cal should have won that game a year ago, probably missed a few field goals. missed opportunity in the red zone. So interesting to see how that one ends up.
Duquesne's gone to its backup quarterback. Jordan Heisey is in, so Darius Prentez's day is likely done. Heisey keeps it himself and moves forward for about a yard. You know, at the FCS level, you see guys sometimes who come down from the FBS. You also see guys who come up from Division II, and Heisey's one of those. He was a good player as a freshman at Division II, Lock Haven University in Pennsylvania, transferred after that year to Duquesne. He's been at Duquesne for 3 years now.
Yeah, that coach is raved about his intelligence. Says he wants to be a doctor. He's already taken his MCATs. So you got a smart guy back there. And see if he can get kind of surgical some of these plays.
Got a true freshman running back, Caleb Jones, out of Archbishop Hoven. That's a high school power in Ohio. It's a throw from Heisey to the outside, and turning the corner for a medium gain is the freshman wide receiver, Kyron Boyd. And this chance for Duquesne, just like it is for Boston College, to get some of these young players game experience that they might need as this season goes along. You know, we talked about Jack Dunkley and the big sack he had at the end of last year for them to win the NEC. He hadn't played until 4 games were left in the season, so you never know who's going to come out, be a late developing freshman and make an impact. On 3rd down and 4, a quick hitter over the middle, and it's broken up. Jalen Williams, the redshirt junior defensive back, got his hand in there in front of Boyd to force 4th down.
Yeah, to your point, though, it's still game experience, and we talked about it earlier. They won their conference a year ago, made the playoffs. They actually have a rematch next week against the team that knocked them out of the playoffs in Youngstown State. So they knew that this was going to be a challenge today.
Turbo Richard is back to return this punt, with Jaden McGowan's day likely done, and Richard, for the first time as a collegian, starts forward, hits the hole, keeps on going, and that is a good-looking chunk of 17 yards on the return. You know, obviously the talent disparity was here coming in, but still impressive how Boston College was able to have the focus on this really short week. They traveled to Tallahassee for Sunday, played the game on Monday, had to stay overnight because they had plane issues. Their plane wouldn't start Monday, went back to their hotel, got on a plane at about 8 a.m. in Tallahassee on Tuesday. Players off the plane, right to class. Practice Wednesday and Thursday, a walkthrough yesterday, and back out there today, leading 49-0. Richard, good cutback. He finds a hole, and you know he wants a touchdown after Detrell Jones had one on the last drive. 13 more yards before Jalen Carson takes him down.
It may have been a short week, but they're, forget energy drinks. There's no greater buzz than a big win.
Yep.
Oh, hey, plane's late, we won. That's okay. We'll wait. That's like, makes a lot of things better, and they've certainly done an outstanding job, though, of not getting bogged down by it.
Richard moves forward again, gains about 4.
As we kind of, you know, we were here yesterday meeting with the coaches, and there was pretty much, by the time we got here to the time we end, the one thing that became evident was their mantra is nameless faces. Every week it's do what we do. We have our plan. We have our goals. We are going to execute regardless of the other team on the other side of the football, and that's certainly something that they've done here these first 2 weeks.
Here's Richard once more on 2nd down, picks up 4 yards, set up 3rd and 2. TJ Jones, the tackle. Yeah, they played a Monday game to start, so that was a long week. Then you play a quick turnaround to Saturday. Bill Bryant said really next week is their first quote-unquote normal week. You play on a Saturday, you play again on a Saturday at Missouri, and that'll be a game where we should really learn a lot about this Boston College group. And there's still some questions about Florida State. Oh, Richard is swarmed in the backfield and driven down for a loss on 3rd down. Adrian Ramirez led the way.
And they also have Michigan State as well, too.
The following
we're going to
week,
learn a lot about Boston College before they even get to conference play.
Michigan State's right back here at Alumni Stadium the week after, going on the road to Columbia next week. Offense staying on the field, 4th and 4. Kind of in that no man's land. You don't want to punt it here. Long field goal, you're up 49. Are you really going to even be kicking the field goal? See if Jacoby Robinson gets a chance to put it in the air. He called Jones in, and Duquesne will take a timeout.
Stars timeout. Game. Their first
Jerry Schmidt
30
didn't like
seconds
the
left.
look there. Again, that Florida State obviously has very good players, but for the moment hasn't been able to figure it out this year. Georgia Tech, who beat Florida State week 1, again, losing today maybe makes you have even more questions about that. But Missouri should be a top 10 team next week. Michigan State, Big Ten opponent, be battle tested before ACC play. And you see, but for Boston College, that ACC play, other than the opener against Florida State, gets going on October 5th. And we mentioned the favorable schedule. No NC State, no Clemson. You got Louisville there as one of the top 5 in the preseason. You don't have Miami on this schedule either. There's not a game that you look there right now, the way Boston College has played, and you think that they'd be considered a heavy underdog.
Yeah, I mean, it's early in the season, but what we've seen so far, there's a reason, if you're a Boston College fan, to start to get excited. They're showing a lot of versatility on this team.
Richard comes into the backfield on 4th and 4. Jacoby Robinson set to throw, gets rid of this one, and it is a first down. He hits Luke McLaughlin for the gain. Down to the 26, first career completion for Jacoby Robinson.
Yeah, had to feel good just to get that out cleanly after a few kind of coming off the hand. Drops back, gets a nice pocket from his offensive lineman. McLaughlin worked against that zone, finds some open space, settle downs, and Johnson puts it on him.
So first down for Boston College, and we will not need to see the ball snapped here to close out this third quarter. Eagles are going to let the clock wind down. Led 42-0 at halftime, added a long touchdown from Detrell Jones in quarter number 3, and now they've got 15 more minutes ahead of them, and then the focus turns to that showdown with Missouri next week. Boston College dominant again. It's been explosive plays today, big key for the Eagles. They have 5 touchdowns of 30 yards or more, including the big run by Detrell Jones in that third quarter. Thomas Castellanos threw 4 first-half touchdown passes. He has not played in the second half. It's been Jacoby Robinson, who just completed his first career pass to pick up a first down. And Robinson's had the true freshman Turbo Richard to his left for a lot of this second half. Richard gets another carry and works his way forward, stepping around a tackle for a gain of 6. Ethan Cole on the stop. You see that shiftiness there from Richard.
I would just say, it's late in the game. We got a wide margin, but little things like that, you can see why they're excited about a player like Turbo Richard. He was working to his right, defender came in, nice little jump cut, back to the left, getting upfield.
He's got 12 carries for 62 yards today, so he's starting to pile it up. Here's his 13th carry. Again, he picks the hole out, gains 5 more yards.
So a little bit of patience there, letting things develop, let the big guys get a little push.
Seeing the depth of this Boston College offensive line as well. And one thing that Bill O'Brien said to us is, we're embracing that O-line U. We have to embrace that O-line U if we're going to have success here in Boston, and particularly with guys in the Northeast and all the best Northeast offensive linemen. He wants them here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is a great group to kind of lean on because they came in with four O-linemen with at least 20 career starts this year. With Logan Taylor back in the mix, they got good depth with Dwayne Alec.
Richard. Flag comes out as he keeps on moving. It'd be an 8-yard gain if it stands, but those flags in the area of a likely hold.
Holding. Offense number 56. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And you have not just experience playing together at the college level. I mean, the O-line's got guys, Drew Kendall and Ozzie Trapillo, who played youth football, Little League football together, both out of Norwell, Massachusetts. I mean, these guys know where each other are going to be, and the communication pretty easy when you've been playing for that long together.
And they're also 2 of the 3 captains on offense.
Yep. It's quarterback keeper Jacoby Robinson works ahead, and he is submarined down by T.J. Jones. So the 5th running back of the game in for Boston College. That was Jordan McDonald, who was lined up on that play, and he'll stay out there for this 2nd and long.
Nice read there, getting to the edge. See number 14 do a nice job breaking down, and 0. T.J. Jones coming in with a nice hit.
Jones, a senior, transfer from Gardner-Webb to Duquesne this year. Now it's a first carry of the year for McDonald, and Jordan McDonald works forward to gain about 4 more yards, still 3rd and long upcoming.
And one of the reasons I think that you could start getting excited about Boston College is not just the win on the road against Florida State, what they did here today, a game they should have won, they should win, is you're seeing the O-line depth. They've got 6 legit offensive linemen. You're seeing a wide receiver group that I think could come into its own this year. There's a lot of weapons. We saw flashes of it today. They've got 3 good backs that they could go to. There's a lot of depth amongst this group, and again, an exciting playmaker at quarterback, Castellanos.
This is 3rd down and 14. Throw it underneath. Matt Reagan, the tight end, inches forward and sets up 4th and 3. You know, the other thing, it's another clean game. I mean, been a couple miscues here or there, but after 1 penalty last game, they do have 5 today, but only for 35 yards. A couple of them again on special teams. You're not seeing those pre-snap penalties. That's one thing that Bill O'Brien said from the start this year. Wanted to and had to get rid of the pre-snap penalties on offense and defense.
Yeah, it's really special teams bringing them down in the penalty column.
4th down and 3. Robinson in the game with Richard as the Eagles will go for it. Robinson looking to throw over the middle for Reagan. It is broken up. Ethan Cole on the coverage, and the Eagles turn it over on downs. So the first thing maybe not to go the Eagles' way in the red zone today. They'll leave some points on the board early in the 4th. We're to the 5th string running back now, so. Eastern, the ACC Huddle crew will be back with highlights and complete breakdowns of all the afternoon games. They'll also get you ready for Appalachian State and Clemson at 8. After the game, they'll have a full post-game show to wrap up the night. All of it on ACCN and the ESPN app. If you're with us at halftime, they were talking about the impact of transfer quarterbacks around the ACC. They've got even more to talk about after today, and see what Clemson's able to do at 8 o'clock tonight on ACCN. Jordan Heisey remains in the game, the backup quarterback for Duquesne. Defense just got to stop in the red zone as Caleb Jones takes the carry and moves ahead for 4. You know, one note on Duquesne, the recruiting world has certainly changed, not just for the FBS teams, but the FCS as well. And, you know, Jerry Schmidt's talked about, you know, the challenge here now, you get guys, you develop guys, and then if you're an FCS team, sometimes you become a feeder program for those bigger schools. You got to build those relationships to keep them. One thing that Duquesne has that not a lot of other FCS schools have, they have their own pro day. That's something they're very proud of. They host it in the morning on the day that the University of Pittsburgh is hosting it in the afternoon. They get 8 to 10 scouts to come each year, sometimes even more than that. So that is something they really use on the recruiting trail. They're going to give their guys opportunities to show themselves and possibly play at the next level.
Yeah, it's smart. You know, certainly every player dreams about going on to the NFL, and you say, at least we can give you that platform. And knowing that the scouts are going to be in town to go to Pitt, kind of work off of that is great for the program. But you know, you also talked about you got to develop relationships, hope that players stay. And actually, Bill O'Brien said the same thing, too, about moving forward, about continuing to build this Boston College program, is that, you know, when it comes to the transfer portal, building relationships so really good players who have success here don't feel the need to move on.
Heisey throwing on 3rd down, gets it underneath, and that is a 1st down gain to Daniel Tarabella, the sophomore tight end. Yeah, it was real interesting talking recruiting with Bill O'Brien because, you know, he said Boston College's academics make it challenging to get everybody through in the transfer portal. So they're never going to be a team that goes out and gets a ton of guys in the portal each year. So that relationship building becomes even more important to get guys and develop guys. And he said that's particularly why he's putting a focus on what he says is local. That doesn't just mean Massachusetts, but the entirety of the Northeast, because he said if you look at it, the guys who stay are more often the local guys compared to guys from further away may have more reasons to leave the program at certain points.
Yeah, they're usually more invested in it. Now, I always had a saying, covering and recruiting for many years, you know, good recruiting starts at home. That's you got to win your own backyard before you try to go get some battles and pull people away from other parts of the country. And I think he knows that's going to be it. We've seen some players on this team that are, you know, even though they may not have recruited them, that are from Massachusetts and playing a key role. And I think going forward, that's going to be the foundation. And they'll use the transfer portal, but in talking to him, it certainly didn't seem like you see some programs turning their teams over by 30, 40 players. I don't think that's ultimately a big recipe for long-term success. And I think, you know, a year ago, Boston College only signed 13 high school prospects. For their 2025 class, they already have, I think, like 23 kids committed, and they already got 5 in the 25 class. Excuse me, in the 26 class. So certainly building a strong foundation for the future in recruiting.
Oh, and Stoudemire gets into the backfield here to make it 3rd and about 6.
And I was down on the field before kick, and there was a nice turnout of high school prospects here to check out the game. They certainly saw a very explosive, entertaining Boston College team in that first half.
Bringing the heat on 3rd down. Heisey has to get rid of it, and it is broken up by Cole Batson. If you've seen a lot of Boston College football, you may remember Batson was the starter for most of last year at safety. He was injured, missed the bowl game, then missed all of spring practice. So, you know, the new staff in, he didn't really get a chance to show what he could do to them and solidify that spot. So he's kind of been working his way back up the depth chart here in the summer and now in the early fall, coming back from injury.
And if he can do that, again, it talked about it earlier in the game. You want to make a run during the season, maybe we got that new 12-team college playoff, maybe you try to work your way in. You need depth. It's a long season. So to have players like Carter Davis emerge in that secondary, but then to have a player like Baston to still be in the mix is huge.
And it's Romanek on to punt. Turbo Richard, who had a good return his first chance, back to return again. Bouncer skips past Richard. This will roll nicely for Duquesne all the way inside the Boston College 30. It's a 52-yard punt. The Eagles get it back, 7.5 minutes to go. Breakdancing breaking out here in the Boston College end zone. Just had a student dance competition. Hey, there was a great crowd early. It is
you saying even Australia would be known?
Yeah, I think so. That's where I was going with that one. But yeah, the students have really turned out for Boston College even the past couple of years. We were impressed. Started this game, they were filling out the lower bowl from the 40-yard line all the way down and around to the middle of the end zone. So they kind of buoyed the crowd here. But yeah, there's a chance for Boston College if they keep stringing wins together, particularly finding kind of that hole in the schedules Bill O'Brien talked about. Patriots play on Sundays, we play on Saturdays. If they can get that buzz, they can find their footing here in what's always a tough media market to break through. It's obviously a Patriots-obsessed, Red Sox-obsessed, Celtics and Bruins-obsessed city. But Bill O'Brien was on the local radio stations here this week after that win at Florida State, so it did turn some heads as Jalen Stevens makes the tackle.
Well, you know, it's a partnership, and Boston College did their part last week to get the fan base excited, right? That was a big win in prime time. You know, we could sit here and debate about how good Florida State is or what it is. They still went on the road in prime time and beat a team that was outstanding last year through the regular season. You know, so they gave fans every reason to be excited to kind of come out here today and, you know, welcome Boston College home for the first time.
Hey, Robinson just did a good job bringing that low snap in, and allows Turbo Richard to gain 7 yards. That is a skill that you don't think about often, but being able to handle bad snaps is something you need to be able to do as a top-tier quarterback.
Oh, we saw him a little bit earlier kind of lose the handle on the ball with the miss, with hitting Turbo Richard, how calm he was, and he picked it up and kept it going. And there's kind of the the twin brothers there, the Patriots and the Boston College Eagles. I'll tell you what, we'll see how good, there may be a window here for Boston College to become the football team here in New England.
Yeah, it's a sore subject around here, but the Patriots not projected to have a strong season as Robinson slithers through a couple of tackles, can't make the third man miss as Malachi Lowry takes him down, gain of just one. And be a rare punt here for Boston College. Sam Candati hadn't punted since the very first drive of the game when the Eagles went 3 and out. And Bill O'Brien was funny. He talked about you can't read the press clippings. You got to stay level. He said he was on the local radio this week, and guys were great and treating me like, I knew everything. He said 6 months ago when I was the offensive coordinator of the Patriots, these were the guys who were ripping me apart. Same guys. So that's what he tried to tell his team. Just stay level-headed here. And they did that today. They came in, handled their business early.
Yeah, well, the world of sports, what have you done for me lately?
Candati, rugby-style kick here. Trying to kick it away from Antonio Epps. Takes a good Boston College hop. Candati's down. He got hit at the end, but no flag was thrown. So, he's trying to sell it. Doesn't draw the flag. Duquesne will take over when we come back. On ACC Network, and this week in noon Eastern, it is field hockey. 14th ranked Ohio State squaring off against 10th ranked Syracuse at noon. Then number 9 Notre Dame hosts Marquette in soccer. A great afternoon of matches. Dukes with the football once again, and Boston College starts with a big hit from Sam Stone, the redshirt freshman. Third quarterback of the game is in for Duquesne. This is Xavier Rice, the sophomore. And Deshaun Hopkins is the 4th running back into this game for the Dukes as well. Duquesne will go back to FCS football for the first time this season, playing a very good Youngstown State team in that FCS rematch. And then they start to get looking toward their NEC play, where they were the preseason favorite once again. Offensive line just got imploded there as the Eagles charge hard with Ty Clemens, the redshirt junior. Meanwhile, for Boston College, the focus shifts to that Missouri game. Again, Mizzou ranked 9th heading into this weekend. They play Buffalo tonight. You'd expect that's a game that Missouri, you never know, but it's a game they shouldn't have serious problems with. Could be a real showdown. Boston College likely will move into the top 25 with some losses of teams in front of them this week. So might have a top 10 against the top 25. That could be one of the highlight games of the week next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to certainly be a big test. I think everything we've seen from Boston College through these first 2 weeks have been very impressive.
Another long ball up in the air and incomplete. A battle for it. Was that caught? Tyler Patterson.
No, it hit the ground.
Okay, it did hit the ground. He was battling there with Jalen Williams, and Patterson came up with it, but not before the ball hit the ground, and we'll get a punt here from Duquesne.
And you go up, so you see the ball is clearly on the ground there. But yeah, I mean, listen, you think about Missouri and the job that Eli Drinkwitz has done there, and I mean, Brady Cook doing a nice job of quarterback, maybe one of the top 5 or so wide receivers in all of college football, and Luther Burden.
Timeout. Boston College. They're first. 30 seconds in length.
Boston College takes a timeout here. I don't think they had the punt returner out originally, as they're going to their 3rd punt returner of this game. But let's talk about that Missouri matchup. Consensus AP top 10 for the first time since Chase Daniel was the quarterback back in 07, 08. And you mentioned Brady Cook. He's going to be a guy who will test this secondary who played really well today. They played well against Florida State, but Bill O'Brien did say to us they were lucky in a couple situations. DJ Ngulele missed an open receiver in the end zone in a red zone situation, so they'll need to be on their game next week.
Yeah, but listen, I think we've seen a team that is capable of running the football, controlling the line of scrimmage, and then today, the ability to make some plays through the passing game.
This is Isaiah Ferris getting a chance to return punts. Ferris, redshirt sophomore defensive back for Boston College, and he picks up about 5 on the return.
But, with Florida State struggling out the gate, then the loss from Georgia Tech, all right, we don't know what to make of Florida State.
Yep.
I still say it's huge going down to Tallahassee in prime time winning that game, but you really want to make a statement early on.
Yeah.
Going out there, beating a Missouri team, you know, a little bit of the rivalry, the ACC, the SEC, and speaking of which, Cal up on Auburn. Cal's about to,
big win for the ACC with Cal if they can hold on. And again, even a year ago, you wouldn't have thought you'd be saying, oh, Cal with a big ACC win. Jordan McDonald in at running back again. Hops to the outside. McDonald's got all kinds of green and out over the 35. You know, first half, it was all about the passing game for Boston College. Obviously, with this big lead, they've run the ball a ton here in the second half, and they're up over 250 rushing yards once again after running for 263 against Florida State.
Yeah, well, playing to the situation.
Yep. Yep. More than 500 yards of total offense at this point in the game. They had more than 300 yards of offense just in the first half. Clock winding toward that final 2-minute timeout as McDonald gets the give again, breaks a tackle, and carries for a chunk of change, 11 yards and a first down. Finally brought down by Brian Olan.
And this is a game they should win, but listen, the prowess they've had on offense today has been impressive, but if they can walk out of here with a shutout, that's a statement as well for this defensive unit.
Yeah, just one trip to the red zone for Duquesne ended with a missed field goal, but the Dukes only 145 yards of total offense at this point. We see the Eagles have now surpassed their running total from Florida State, rushing for 283 today. Here's McDonald one more time on first down, and this will get us to that 2-minute timeout as Jalen Stevens makes the tackle. Now, it was clinical in the first half for Boston College. It has been just textbook here in the second half. You've done what you want to do with a massive lead, gotten a lot of players in, and now 2 minutes away from moving to 2-0 on the year and getting ready for Missouri.
This is a 2-minute timeout.
Kane doing what they were hoping they would do today against a squad out of the FCS that is going to contend for a playoff spot at that level once again. Thomas Castellanos played the first half, had an excellent half, throwing for 4 touchdowns, only had 1 incompletion. 3 touchdowns were 30 yards or longer, including a 72-yard touchdown to Reed Harris. On second down, it's Jordan McDonald once more, and McDonald moves the chains. It is a first down. Eagles can kneel it here if they'd want to, and based off what we saw against Florida State when they could have punched it in at the end of the game, they likely will kneel the football down here.
I gotta say, I like kind of the Braveheart look that Castellanos was going with the eye black.
Yeah, that's. I wonder if he changes that up each week. We'll have to see next week what he's looking at.
Yeah. Maybe like he's a member of KISS, you know, it's always in the same spot.
Instead of the knee, they will keep it on the ground here, and it is the quarterback, Jacoby Robinson, scoring a touchdown for the first time in his college career. And look at Thomas Castellanos celebrating the redshirt freshman Robinson's touchdown.
Getting the dance moves on, better than what we saw during the end zone a little bit earlier. Those dance moves, getting him around the edge. See, nice blocking downfield, and really nice too, because you got to remember it was a rough start for Robinson when he came in the game. Ball hit the ground a few times, got hit, but shook it off and made some throws to convert some first downs, and then running it in there.
You know, Thomas Castellanos told us that Robinson's really well-liked, good kid, you know, quiet, leads by example, and said, hey, if he scores a touchdown, we're going to go crazy on the sideline. And he told the truth, didn't lie there. That was a good celebration from Thomas Castellanos and the rest of the gang. Ned Paulo, Jaden Skeet, Lewis Bond, Logan Taylor, all in the mix there as well.
And it's not, you know, in a bigger picture, he plays well. It's better for the team because he's not even really slated to be their number 2. Their number 2 today was not available. Transfer from FIU, Grayson James.
And James will likely be back next week, according to the Boston College staff. We're at least getting close to coming back. And then he got a third-string quarterback if that is where Robinson moves back down to, that has had this experience now as well. And another big key for Boston College, they were able to keep Thomas Castellanos from really taking any hits. Did he take a single hit today? I'm trying to think back to it. Maybe on that 1 8-yard scramble when he was just leg tackled, but kept him clean. And that's important because over the course of the year, those add up. Inside the final 90 seconds, the kick is taken up the sideline by Ryan Leisgard at the 20. Looking at Boston College and the different ways they've shown they can win games, do you think against a team like Missouri, it's going to have to be balanced?
You're going to have to piece together what they did against Florida State with what they did in the first half, and you're going to need a well-rounded effort. And I think that's so they've shown one part of it Monday night with the ground game. The first half, they showed the second part of it through the air. Now the test will be next week against Missouri.
Yep.
Can they meld those two things together within one game?
Deshaun Hopkins gets the carry. There could be just one play remaining in this one.
But if they limit penalties like they have through these first two games and turnovers, and I mean, hey, let's rumble. That could be a heck of a game.
Eagles' last shutout was against Colgate 3 seasons ago, 2021, a 51-0 win. This one, 56-0 as Hopkins runs it, and Duquesne will have to snap it one more time here with third down upcoming. Headset off for Bill O'Brien, 2-0 start. Another big one coming up on Saturday.
These games could always be tricky. Coming off the high, Florida State, top 10 Missouri on the other side. You got a game you should win sandwiched in between. We've seen teams falter in the past. That's why Bill O'Brien showed that video of teams that were supposed to win taking care of business, and now somebody down the line could very much take this video and use it to show their team.
5 days after that win on the road in Tallahassee, Boston College seizes early control, builds a 42-0 halftime lead, and cements the shutout. 56-0. Boston College. Bill O'Brien wins his home debut, and the Eagles are 2-0 heading into that showdown against Missouri next week.
It's all about building blocks, and so far, strong foundation to this 2024 season. Year one under Bill O'Brien.
4 touchdown passes for Thomas Castellanos, all in the first half. Some explosive plays for Boston College as the Eagles take it 56-0 over Duquesne. For Craig Halbert, I'm Bill Spalding. Thanks so much for joining us from Boston. This has been a presentation of ESPN.